Well, first, hello, Bonusera. I'm joined today by Penny, who's actually unmuted right now. Congratulations, Penny. You can introduce yourself.
Hello, hello.
Real Penny over here from
Th-
Scarlet Violet. There it is. Hey,
That's me.
25 months. Jesus Christ, brother. I wish I gave you like any kind of value for that subscription, but it's good to see you. I wholeheartedly appreciate it. You get some very good emotes. That's pretty much all I can offer. How you doing, Penny? What's good with you these days?
Not much.
Not
You
much.
know,
You know.
all I do is I sit in a room, I build Gunpla, and I try and learn how to make music, and that's literally all I've done for like 3 weeks straight.
Trying to learn how to make music. Interesting. Can you like elaborate on that a little bit more? Like, what are you using?
I'm using Ableton Live 11 Suite.
Cool.
Let me,
I like it.
yeah,
Hey Anthony, how's it going?
sweet.
Yeah, I'm open in Paradox Rift. I've just got the one box. I got paid. So I was working at the Vancouver Regional, right? That's what I was doing for the past only one weekend, but the travel time made me miss both my stream days. For the past 2 weeks, and partially, you get paid in booster boxes when you work for a Pokemon event, which I think is very funny. I have no interest in the TCG, so I gave one away to a friend because I couldn't fit it in my suitcase. I'm gonna sell one, like unopened, to my local card shop. I'm giving one box to my niece because I'm told, likes Pokemon cards, and this feels like a cool way to score uncle points. And I'm gonna open one because it's fun. I was thinking I should probably just sell two of them. That would be the smart thing to do. But I haven't opened Pokemon cards since I was probably about 11, and I'm looking forward to it. Uh, I totally cut you off though, Penny. You're looking at Ableton. What kind of music are you
No,
making? What genre? What do we got?
just testing a bunch of different genres of like electronic music, basically. That's the idea.
Cool, cool,
Because I'm
cool.
not that good yet, so I might as well try and make a little bit of everything until I learn how to make it all good.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So I've got Penny on today. I keep doing the like hand tracking for my 2D. I'm forgetting that I have a hand cam here. I should just be pointing to you directly. So Penny over here is like a TCG, I'm going to say expert, because I know nothing about the TCG. This stuff is all just kind of funny cardboard to me. I don't know.
I
Uh,
wouldn't say expert, but I know enough.
okay, that's fair. That's good. I don't know anything. Yeah, I've got the Nico Nico scrolling comments for this one because I think it's funny. That's pretty much all. Not a whole lot else going on visually on screen, so I figured having people pop off when I make a good pull would look good. But yeah, I don't know anything about cards. I don't know the right way to open these packs or anything. I'm told there's like a right way to do it. I've watched a couple of the Hollow Stars boys open these before, and they like move like the last card's like the energy card or something like that, and then they flip it upside down. Is there like a right way or a wrong way that I should be going about these before I like get in there?
So there used to be like a whole like trick to like get everything in order, but now it's you just take the energy off the
So
back.
it's always the last card is energy.
Yeah, the last card is a code card and an energy, and
Okay,
those are the last two, and then that's all you got to worry about.
So that reminds me, speaking of code cards, the first thing I did when I got to Vancouver to go work for the event is they have what's called a professor seminar. As people know, I'm a Pokemon professor, which is like what they call people who are qualified to work at these kind of events, right? They've gone through the minimal training that you need to do, and there's like more and more levels of training. And one of those things that you can do as training is go to a professor seminar, which is usually like orchestrated, administered by a like high level professor in your area. There's three levels. There's basic, which is what I am right now. There's stage 1, which is what I applied to become. And then there's stage 2, which is like absolute top tier, very few people. I'm told there's one stage 2 professor within 200 miles of me right now, in like a 200-mile radius, which is basically the entire state, which is pretty cool. So they're like top tier guys. Anyway, so they get high level folks to run a seminar, which is like we'll teach you. The topic for this one was like the niche jobs that happen at a regional. So like you can be a judge like I am, where you basically make judgment calls for things like game crashes or disconnects, help players through getting set up and connected and things like that, explaining the rules of sudden death, should that need to come up, uh, monitoring sudden death and declaring a winner in that case, things like that. That's fine. Same with TCG. Like, you know how to be a judge, more or less. You know how to make card rulings. But then there are things that are harder to train for, like being paper team, which is collecting all of the winning results, like the match slips, and organizing those and collating them in a way that your sysadmin can handle, or being on the stream team. That's not really a thing you can practice too easily. And so all this to say, there was an icebreaker for this professor seminar, and it was they gave us one pack of Paradox Rift here, and they said don't open this yet. And then when we finally got to the seminar, they said open it. You have to trade so that you have a full deck of cards that have something in common, right? So like most people would be like, I need to get a bunch of grass guys. I need to get like all supporter cards, something like that. I need like 5 Ariados. I forget if he's in here, something like that. But I met this one guy, a professor from Alaska, and his gambit that worked out great was he was just collecting the QR code cards for TCG Online that come in every pack, which is not a playing card, but that was not part of the rules of the game here. It was just you need to collect a deck of cards that have something in common. And I thought that was very smart. So he had like a whole hand at the end when I finally got to him, because I got to everybody late. And he was like, oh yeah, so I've been trading people like and they've been giving me stuff. I have a whole deck of grass types here, and then in his other hand he had a whole deck of the QR code cards, and he's like, I don't need any more of these, and he just gave me the whole deck of grass cards, and I completed the quest instantly for my one QR code card. This is my
That's
story. Cool guy from
that's
Alaska.
really cute.
It's very
That's
fun, yeah.
really, really cute.
Yeah, yeah. So I ended up with a bunch of those, which was exciting. But the other thing, speaking of TCG from Vancouver, I have to open my very official professor clipboard here because this is where I've been keeping it because I don't have a binder yet because I don't collect cards. Is I got, oh yeah, so I didn't have to trade any of the cards I opened in the Paradox Rift, which was nice. So I got like a fancy Age of Slash, which I'm assuming is worthless, but I like it. It's pretty.
A little bit, yeah.
It's
It looks
it's
nice.
shiny.
I'm a big fan of the new hollows that they have.
So that's cool. I got Espalthra. That's cool. And then for being an attendee of the event, of the seminar, I got, hold on, there are 2 cards here. I got Roxanne. Let me close this. I got a very cool Roxanne. Too many things on my desk. Here we go. I'll bring her very close to the camera. And autofocus, hopefully. There we go. Roxanne. She's shiny. She's got the very cool Professor, Pokemon Professor Series stamp on her. So that's cool and exclusive. She's a holo. That's exciting. Came in a nice Pokemon Professor Program card sleeve. And then for working at the event, I got something even cooler. I got Professor Turo's scenario with the little regional staff markers on it. I think this is probably the most expensive card I will ever own until I work for another event and maybe get one from Worlds or something like that. But
Until you pull like, you know, an alt art this set
you
and
think so? I looked. This thing is apparently worth $80 right now, which I don't know if that's good or bad by Pokemon card standards. I don't have any intention to sell it.
it's
I just thought it was
pretty
cool.
good. This game's kind of dirt cheap,
Yeah,
except for like special arts and stuff like that.
yeah. So this was cool to me. Having the little staff stamp was neat. The regional stamp is cool, and it's in a very slick-looking Walking Wake card sleeve. So that's
Oh,
fun.
that looks super nice.
Yeah, I was happy about it. But I don't collect the cards, so I was just like, neat. I have no real affinity for Professor Turo nor his scenario either, but it's cool. But yeah, they gave me those, and so I was already like stuffed full of Pokemon merchandise from getting there. They gave me like a little for working the event. They gave me a burn token, which is the Pokemon. It's this symbol. I have it somewhere. I don't have it on hand, but I don't know what you do with those. I'm guessing it's how you indicate that a Pokemon is burned in the card game. But it's really bulky. It's like this
That is
big brass thing.
that is exactly it. That's literally all
Yeah,
it's for.
it's huge. It's like it is chunky. I don't have like a great point of comparison. It's like about as big as this little Lego guy. It's huge, and you just like I guess would plant it on there, and it's the regional logo, and it says that you were burned. So that was fun. I liked working at the event quite a lot. Long days. On Friday, I was up from 8, which is when the seminar began, and I left the hall at 8 p.m. So it was 12 hours. I got one 15-minute break for the entire day, which is cool. The subsequent days, I had more breaks, which was nice. But that was like, I woke up, I came to the seminar, I learned all about the stream team and the paper team and deck checking and stuff like that. Immediately get to the hall, and I have to test every single Switch dock in the in the building, all of
Oh
them,
my god.
which was
Oh
fun.
my god.
That was my job from the morning. And so I tested them all, and yes, you can connect to internet and you can find a match with your opponent. Cool. I learn later that evening, as I'm eating dinner and having a debrief with the rest of the VGC team, that, well, yes, you can connect to your opponent, but they tried playing a game, and every single dock, every single switch and table at the tournament would disconnect without fail after the first turn. All of them. And that's how I ended my day at 8 p.m. on Friday, and they had the higher ups on the tech team looking into it, and I was just like, oh, this is going to be a disaster. We're like totally hosed. I don't know how you'd even begin to solve this problem. But they've solved it. I came in the next morning. Everything worked. I had to test all the switches again, but I had time to do it. Day started on Saturday at 6:30 a.m. I think hall opened to players at 9. And we had everything working. It was a miracle. Our tech team, like, truly pulled one out. In a way that I could not possibly imagine. I am very proud of them. It was great to work with them. I had on the VG team we had I think 8 members. 5 of us were judges, and then 3 of us were like tech and like lead judge, which is not a amazing ratio of judges to players. We had 405 players overall, I think, across masters and juniors and seniors, which is small-ish by regionals. The upcoming Orlando regional is gonna have like 900 players, I think, which is, on the other hand,
Ooh,
the biggest event of the season. But I was
ooh,
pretty
ooh.
happy. As my first regional, it was like nice to be in like a more chill, smaller group, I think, than if I just like jumped straight into Orlando. Orlando is much closer. It would have been easier for me to travel to. But one, I don't really want to go to Florida if I can help it. And two, I kind of wanted to not wait until later in the season to get my experience. I'd rather like get as much as I can early. And three, I'd
Yeah.
never been to Vancouver before. I have been to Florida before for like Disney stuff when I was a youth, and like that's cool. It's warm, it's tropical, but I wanted to go to Vancouver. I had never left the country with my passport before, so that was exciting, and just a lot of fun. I got basically went on a vacation with Mom. She'd never been to Vancouver either. I don't know if she's been to Canada before, but that's her story to tell. You'll get eaten by an alligator, says Denchi. Tom dot dot dot. Cool. You've been to Canada? I don't remember. I'm assuming you've been to like East Coast Canada, just not Vancouver. Yeah, yeah. Vancouver is nice. It's very walkable. There are dedicated bike lanes. There are dedicated one-way bike lanes, which is crazy to me. Like, we went through, I think it was Stanley Park is the name of the place, and it's like goes around the seacoast, and it's a one-way bike lane. You can't go the other way. You have to do a route. If you want to go the other way, you have to get into either the other bike lane or just do a full lap. And then there's like pedestrian, bike lane, car lane. Very nice. Very walkable. So yeah, I'd recommend going to Vancouver. It was very fun. Also, our convention center that we had the event in was over the Pacific Ocean, like it was straight up over the water. And the ceiling was like a bunch of canvas tent material, which I'm assuming would allow them to open up the venue during like warmer months and things like that. But because we were next to the harbor, anytime a seaplane would take off, it was so loud in the convention center, which
Ooh.
was very exciting. I love seaplanes. I was like, wow, a Porco Rosso reference. I, I can't believe they made Porco Rosso real. That's crazy. But it's very cool. Apparently, the convention center we were in is where they held like Worlds a long time ago, and I believe the first ever streamed like official Pokemon tournament was in that convention center in Vancouver. I don't know if it was Worlds. I'm not caught up on my history enough, but there's a lot of history at that building. It was great. Um, yeah, I had a lot of fun. I got a lot of experience, which is great. They even let me be a stream judge, which was really cool and exciting. I got to, I mean, for the players who, or for longtime viewers of the channel here, if you go back and watch all of the Vancouver Regional, if you're an eagle eye, you will be able to spot me. I do appear on camera, which is pretty cool. You'll have to basically take some educated guesses about which one I might be, but I do show up, which is cool. It's really neat. They make you put on like soundproof headphones that have like white noise pumped into them, so you can only talk to the players and they can hear you. You can hear production. Players can hear you. You can hear the players. Players cannot hear production. So you act as like the go-between, which is really neat. And basically, you're just up there to make sure that everything is in line, nothing explodes. You are the skeleton guy, should be easy to spot. Yeah, so a stream judge is like a person who just sits at the table where they're doing the streamed matches for the regional. They pull players up to stream. They have like these cool iPad docks where the switches are like built in. They don't bring their own hardware or anything like that. You load their team up via rental code, and then the stream judges are there to relay information from production at an appropriate time for the players. Because obviously you don't want to interrupt them while they're playing, but if the production is like, oh, they've got like a water bottle that is blocking their face, can you get them to move that after the match? Things like that. That's what you'd be up there to do. And if like the games were to crash or disconnect, or say somebody has a guy on their team that they are lying about, you'd be up there to make the official call on stream. Was it a lot to keep track of? Surprisingly, no, but I was in good hands. I had a lot of much more experienced people on the team. Like I said, it was really small, the number of folks we had on our VG team. I think like we had 5 floor judges, which are just people who were like wandering around all the tables, making sure everything is good, and responding to when people raise their hand for help. And most of those 5 have a lot more experience than I did, so they were like, yeah, here's how things go. Anytime one of them would have to make a ruling that I was unfamiliar with, I was able to just sit there and listen to them, or ask them afterwards, like, what was that about? I didn't see something was wrong. That was fun. And then on day 2, when things finally started, like, simmering down, because it's a 2-day event, the first day is 9 rounds of Swiss, and then the second day is just 5, and then top 8. So it ends midway through the day as opposed to the first day, which goes really long. After we finished up all the VG duties, I got sent off to the sides team, because there's not just TCG, there's not just VGC, there are side events for everybody else who's not a player who has got knocked out of the tournament. And sides are things like, you could play the mini games from Pokemon Stadium for prize dice, and then you can go exchange those at like the prize corner for like plushies and cards and stuff like that. Or you can play like I got roped into judge battles, which are basically you just sign up to I want to fight someone, and then one of the judges will pull you over and then usually have a gimmick or whatever. So on day 2 I got roped in, and I was running my Trick Room Torkoal team into a bunch of people, and I only lost I think twice. One of them was just, Trick Room isn't good into everything, and since it's like ladder closed team sheets, I didn't know what they were running. I got a little frisky and blown up. But the second time I lost, out of like 8 or so matches, I lost to a junior, which was really, really humbling and good. They blew me up. I got turn 1 muddy watered into my Hatterene and Didi. Hatterene got an accuracy loss, and from there on out, I was unable to connect any of my moves. I was trying to hit Expanding Force into... turn 1, they hit Terra Water Tatsugiri while I was setting up Trick Room. Hit me with Muddy Water, do a decent amount of damage. I lose accuracy because I'm not using Covert Cloak on Hatterene, like some kind of fool. And from there on out, I just miss my 100% accurate moves and get blown up. But it was really cool. But this junior, in the Premier Challenge that we were running on Friday before the event, went 4-0 in the tournament, which is impressive because we didn't have enough juniors to field a juniors bracket for the Premier Challenge. We had like 20 players or something like that, most of them masters, which means that this junior was fighting exclusively other masters players, and they went 4-0. They beat them all, I believe. And because they're a junior, they don't get to do top cut or anything like that. They just are done. So it's no surprise that they then beat me. Junior is 6 to I think 11, and then senior is 11 to 17. I don't know what age this junior was, but they were very excited about the game. Very eager to tell me after they beat me at the judge battle how their day went earlier, and I was like, yeah, dude, I know who you are. You totally kicked butt the day before. I remember you. Like, don't worry, you've got a bright future ahead of you. And, his dad came to pick him up, and I was like, this kid's got a bright future. Thank you for taking these events. I'm sure it means a lot to him, and I think he's going to go really far. And so I always try and do that with the younger kids. I always try and make sure their parents feel like they're appreciated for lugging their kids around, because it's not cheap and it's not easy. So best way to get them to keep bringing kids back is to tell them that they're good. I'm going to guess this kid was probably 10. Anyway, that was my experience at Vancouver. Let's start opening card packs. Let's go. Using my trusty box opener. I can't wait for you to be like, no, you're desecrating the value of these cards. I'm gonna do something wrong. I mean, neither do I. If I did, I would just sell them.
I had an experience one time where I pulled a rather valuable Yu-Gi-Oh card once, and one of the people at my shop was just like, "Oh, you're not gonna sell it? You're gonna put it in your deck?" And I looked at them and I was just like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
I buy the cards
to
to
play with
play
them.
with them. Like, sure, I like collecting them on the side, but like I play the games. This isn't an investment for me. This is just I want the cardboard so I can use the cardboard."
Okay, so the box here has like a neat little cutout for Iron Valiant. Neat note about Iron Valiant. I'm going on yet another tangent before I even start playing. Before I start opening cards. So this month is the last month of the current regulation of the VGC format. Formats being which guys you're allowed to use basically in a team, and it's a real not cornerstone, milestone, I guess, in regulations, because right now we're on Regulation F, which is all non-legendary Pokemon, all non-box legendary Pokemon, rather, that are currently available in the game, like all of them. But Regulation G, the one that starts in May, will finally allow you to bring one box legendary on your team. It is the start of what's called the restricted format. And Iron Valiant has been useless for the entire run of Scarlet and Violet so far. They just simply don't have a place. They're outclassed as a fairy type by Fluttermane. They're outclassed as a fighting type by like Urshifu, Annihilape, guys like that. But they're cool, they serve, they're non-binary, and they're a robot, so everybody really wants them to be useful. They're like a combination of Gallade and Gardevoir, which are like the male and female evolutions of Kirlia. And like if they got mashed together and were a robot. So people are really hoping that this guy will have some use, and I think in the restricted format they will, because in addition to having fairy and fighting coverage, which is really good into the various dragon types that are now going to be entering the format, they are also a wide guard user, and there are a lot of freaking spread moves in the legendary move pool. There's Water Spout from Kyogre, there's Astral Barrage and Glacial Lance from the Calyrex duo. So I think we're going to see a lot of this guy coming up in VGC. I don't know, I think they've got an engine in TCG as well, but I don't know anything about that. I think it's like some kind of like turn 1 cheese. Anyway, without further ado, let's open some packs.
I say I don't know I don't know enough about Iron Valley.
I only got to watch a couple of the stream matches while I was, being a judge. But from the TCG side, I saw a guy giving an interview, and his fun fact was he's the last Iron Valiant player in day 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's your code card.
Yeah. So this is the one that my friend from Alaska was collecting. He just wanted all of these cards of the same type. If anybody's in, Penny, are you interested in these before I like give these away?
You can give them away. That's fine.
Yeah. If anybody wants these, just like message me, tweet at me or whatever. I can give you the code for it. No problem. I don't care. So then you're saying this is energy, the last one.
Yeah, last one it should just be an energy. Yes.
So should I put that like on the front and then flip?
You can just toss it. Honestly, that's what I do.
You are correct. It's energy. Wow, basic.
And then just everything from the front to the back is just commons, then hollows.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if you flip it from there, you're starting with the hollow. So I would flip the pack over and then go through the commons and then do the hollows.
Gotcha. Thank you for the correct technique. Apom. I love this guy. I've thought extensively about what kind of team the Lupin gang would run if they were like Pokemon trainers. Apom is definitely on Lupin's list. Apom or its evolved form Ambipom. I think he'd be like that and a bunch of shitty dark types. Like it would be like Mightyena and Apom, I think. And then Jigen would run Chinchino because Chinchino is effectively a gun. That's my money right there. Okay. We got another monkey. Funky Monkey. Pansage. This is really cute art. Also.
It's actually one of my favorite Pokemon. I really like Pansage.
You know who doesn't like Pansage?
Who?
The Pokemon Company and Game Freak, because they're currently not available on the Switch. There's no game on the Switch where you can get a Pansage. You have to transfer from Generation 5 all the way up to Pokemon Home, and then you can't transfer them to anything.
I actually have a little figure of Pansage. It's not out right now because I don't have room for it, but
this is really cute art.
It's the one of the monkey trio that I like the most.
Yeah. Oh, that's correct. That's correct, I think. Of the weird monkey trio they made in Gen 5, this guy's the best one. Call for family. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it onto your bench. Then shuffle your deck. It doesn't... Oh, any basic Pokemon. This is some found family stuff right here. It doesn't even have to be another
Yeah.
Pansage. That's awesome. Uh, it's good at finding berries and gathers them from all over. It's kind enough to share them with friends. This guy rules. Thank you, Pansage. Mantike. We love that. Buoyant Healing. Heals 120 damage from one of your benched Pokemon. That seems enormous. Am I correct? Is that like a tremendous healing effect?
For no energy, yeah, but also I feel like a lot of healing stuff just doesn't matter because you're just trying to turbo
Okay,
like through stuff most of the time.
cool.
Maybe there's a list that plays it and I'm just missing it, but
Power Blast. We've got Gabite, an extremely middling Pokemon that nobody cares about. We like Gibble, we like Garchomp. Nobody cares about Gabite. Like, why take the turn? I guess I see 120 and
okay.
think about how that's more than most guys' HP
I,
pools, and I'm like, that seems kind of worth it, maybe.
I also didn't consider the fact that it has to be your active Pokemon in order to use that, and an active
True.
Pokemon with
You're
30
right.
HP
You're right.
is
Okay. Good point.
not stellar.
No. Oh, speaking of Stellar, they're gonna add Stellar to the TCG, aren't they?
Maybe. I actually haven't seen any news on that. And I follow Pokebeach on Twitter, so usually I see that kind of
We've
stuff.
got Masquerain with Daunting Eyes. Flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, shuffle an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon into their deck. That's cool. So if you get like one of those, what is it, like Gardevoir that just like has the energy search loop, where you just like stack a million psychic energy onto it, you could potentially discard all of it with Daunting Eyes, huh?
Yeah, but also once again, it would have to be the active Pokemon.
It's true. Denshi says, "Oh my god." What's up, Denshi? What if you never get a like ever? It's true. It could go forever. There's
Yeah.
nothing in here that is written that says that. Okay, so what would happen if you never get tails? Most TCG games at the regional are determined by time, not by all three games finishing. That is my experience with watching TCG, is that they will play 3 games, but they're on a strict timer, and it is usually time that determines the winner, and it is not the game completing. So I think that's your answer. Does that sound about right, Penny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just every TCG I've ever touched, pretty
Yeah.
much.
I don't think that's unique to Pokemon, but that's just my experience. Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. So this is the booster energy held item in Pokemon, video games. If you give this to a
Yes.
Paradox Pokemon, which is to say guys like Iron Valiant over here or Fluttermane, it will boost their highest stat by either 30 or 50%. Here it looks like it says it gives plus 60 HP, recovers them from all special conditions, and you can't be affected by new special conditions. That's a slight better than I think what's in the VGC. Getting a bonus HP and not being able to be like slept would be really cool.
Yeah, I mean it's fairly useful. So Roaring Moon EX is like one of the stronger decks. I don't know how represented it is right now. It's number 6 in representation right now. And Roaring Moon, believe it or not, is an ancient card, so you can attach it to that.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. Ancient referring to like the dinosaur Pokemon, so like Fluttermane's an ancient Pokemon.
yeah, so any card that has that like on the ancient boosted energy has that little thing that says ancient on
Mhm.
it. Any card, any Pokemon that has that attack on it, it can be used with.
Yep. Next up, we got Orthworm. I love this guy. I wish he was used more. I think he's got a place in the meta. He's a steel type, but he has an ability that makes him heal if hit by a ground move, which leaves him with only weaknesses to fighting and fire, as far as I'm aware, which is pretty cool. Uh,
He also has Shed Tail.
he does.
I don't know. I don't know
He's
how
one of the.
applicable that is, but
Nobody has currently ever used Shed Tail to any success, but it might be good in restricted because just getting a substitute up for your like Kyogre or Groudon sounds kinda kino. Shed Tail is like the move substitute, except you then immediately switch out, and the guy who's switching in gets your substitute. It's pretty cool. Orthworm gets it, Cyclozar gets it, and Sceptile gets it, and those are the only 3 guys. Orthworm is cool, really high defense. Their other niche is that they are basically immune to Landorus, who is a very popular Pokemon right now. Landorus Incarnate, the one where he's sitting with his arms crossed on the little cloud, is a monstrous special attacker who has like multiple ways to boost damage they do from already very strong moves. But they typically only run Earth Power and Sludge Bomb, which are a ground and poison type move. So Orthworm, being a steel type who is immune to ground, is functionally immune, fully cannot be touched by Landorus, which is very cool, because you heal off of Earth Power and you're immune to Sludge Bomb. So I think there's something there. It's a trait that's only shared by Corviknight, who is Steel Flying, which makes them immune to ground for different reasons, and then they're immune to poison by being a Steel type. We got Nimble. I have little to say about Nimble. Their move is Flop, no extra text, 30
Okay,
damage.
so that's your reverse hollow. You get one of those
Oh
per
yeah, so
pack.
it is.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he's called a reverse hollow because the hollow is on
Uh,
everything
Everything but the
besides,
art, yeah.
but the actual art. Yeah.
Flop. Now we're getting into the good stuff, though. I got Hollow Full Art Apalm. I was just saying how much I like Apalm,
Okay,
and this is
that's actually pretty good. So that's an illustration rare.
yeah,
So
I love.
yeah,
It's like a clay model. Look at that.
yeah. The clay model ones are some of my favorite cards
It's
ever.
and so this goes to why I was saying that Lupon would have an Apalm. Its move here is Filch, which is like, yes, that's correct. You just steal stuff. This is a
Yeah.
beautiful card. Who's the artist?
Yeah.
Does it say? Yuka
I
Mori. It says.
I was gonna say yeah. It'll say on every card in the bottom left.
Wow, imagine listing your artists on your TCG
Yeah,
card.
that's crazy.
Crazy, right?
I definitely don't have that problem playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
And then my other holo from this pack is Zacian, which is going to be one of the best restricted Pokemon in the upcoming VGC format. This dude was a
course.
monster in Sword and Shield, and they will continue to be a monster. With Steel Fairy typing, which is like the best typing in the game, just in terms of coverage and resistances. They have a monstrously high speed and physical attack stat. Their ability gives them a +1 boost on entry, so they're even like stronger than usual. They're good. Sword Dog is very good. I have nothing else to say about Zacian.
So every pack has 2 guaranteed of the Zacian Hollow.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, like just
Like
normal holo, yeah.
like in every pack you will get at least 2 of those unless there is a special card like the full art you just got or
Cool.
like a special card like Iron Hands EX or
You're really
something
pushing
like
for me to
that.
go Iron Hands EX. I hope you're right. The ones I want were the ones on the thumbnail, which are Iron Hands EX, which is really beautiful art of him punching through like 8 subsequent walls in a little ruins, because that's what he does. He is a wall breaker. And then there's a supporter card, Mela, who is the fire girl from Team Star, which I want because it has Torkoal on the art. And I don't know if you guys know this, I'm a big Torkoal fan. I have an Ida bag with like all this Torkoal junk in and around it. This is the reason that I collect cards now, so I can put them in my Ida bag. I would like the next Torkoal card to put in here, but there's a better Torkoal card coming out in the Crimson Haze pack, which will be part of the next box set in May. So I'll have to wait for that.
I believe is Temporal Forces out or is it on pre-order? No, it's out. Okay, I don't know what the I don't know what the next set is named then.
No, I learned about this recently because they don't release the same in America as they do in Japan. They wait to like consolidate them into like
so
sets.
every two
Twilight
two
Masquerade.
boosters...
Thank you, Marshall.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, 2 booster boxes in Japan is 1 set in English.
Gotcha. Yeah. So we have to wait for Crimson Haze and then the next thing, and that will become, I guess, Twilight Masquerade.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, and then we got our energy, like you were saying. Psychic. Wow. And we're gonna flip. Okay, I love Toad School. I think this guy is very funny. I am a big fan of the Pokemon existing. I love that it's the fastest Spore user in the game, but its ability always makes it go last. I don't know why they felt the need to handicap it more than it already was. But if you run it next to something like Weezing, which turns off abilities, you can go back to being the fastest Spore user in the game. I think they're funny. I love that all the art of this guy is it running also. Just like, yeah, you go.
I just love this thing. I love that it just runs around.
It's a little freak, yeah? And that's what we're all about here. Okay, Vanillite. It's got Chili. Cool. Charcadet. Whoa, Protect? I didn't know that was a move in TCG. Whoa. Flip a coin. If heads, during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage and effects from attacks done to this Pokemon. That's crazy. That's like actually Protect. We love that for you. Charcadet. Very cute little Swablu. Is this your compensation from Vancouver? This is part of my compensation from Vancouver, yes. I worked the maximum number of hours, so I got 4 boxes. I gave 1 to one of my travel buddies, because I couldn't fit it in my suitcase. Fellow VTuber Professor Tiberius, that's who I gave it to. By the way, I met him at Vancouver, and he didn't know I was going to be there. So I was just like, hi, here's your team sheet, as he was a competitor, which was exciting, because I recognized him before he recognized me. So I gave 1 box to him, because he drove. So he didn't have to worry about luggage space, and he's a fan of the cards. I'm gonna give 1 box to my niece, who likes to collect the cards. It seems like a really easy way to score uncle points. I'm gonna sell 1 box for real, and I'm opening the 4th one here. And they give me some money also. It's not just all cards, but I got 4 boxes, which is way more than I'd ever want on my own. Swablu, Cyclozar. So this is the other guy who gets Shed Tail that we were talking about before. Driving Buddy. If you play the supporter card from your hand during this turn, this attack does 70 more damage for a 140 damage. Cool. Hey, it's another monkey. Their ability is Monkey Trio. If you have Simisage, Simisear, and Simipour in play, ignore all energy in the cost of attacks used by this Pokemon. That doesn't seem very good.
No, it's not.
You would never have all of them in play at once. Come on, focus. There we go.
I mean, free attack, but...
Cool. Crobat, a Pokemon famously not in Scarlet and Violet. Unfortunately, because Poison Flying would go kinda nice. Echoing Madness and Cutting Wind. Dark type for some reason, that's cool.
Yeah, so Poison type and Fairy type do not exist in the TCG.
Then,
Fairy type once existed in the TCG, but then they phased it out.
that's crazy. I know Dragon type exists, which is the most recent type I think they've added that still exists. Is that correct? Or...
Dragon type exists only for Pokemon, but not in energy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess
So every dragon type has like instead of using dragon energy, it's like use a fire energy, a dark energy, and then like some other energy.
Alright, here's my reverse holo, which is another Pokemon that I think Lupin would have if he was a submitter. Feeble. I love this guy. They don't really serve any purpose to exist, like they don't fill any niche as a usable Pokemon. I like their design. They're a dark type. They're from Galar. Rob and Run is their ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may have your opponent reveal their hand, and then you choose 2 energy cards you find there and shuffle them into your opponent's deck. That's a lot of things to do for not like a whole lot of action happening, I feel like.
Yeah.
Dark type, they're cool. Kingdra. This is also a reverse holo. Kingdra finally added to the game in the Blueberry Academy DLC. World Tide. Reveal the top 6 cards of your deck. Then the attack does 60 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each energy card that you find there. Then discard those energy cards and shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Don't apply weaknesses or resistances for benched Pokemon. Fairy got bundled into Psychic in the Sword and Shield, and Poison got bumped into Dark. Yeah. It kind of feels bad, but I think the games have been a bit more balanced. Wait, there was never a Poison type in TCG, was there? It was always like Psychic or like Dark or something, right? Or like Grass, depending on what the other secondary type of the Pokemon was, right? There's never been.
This is where my knowledge ends because I started playing during Sword and Shield.
Yeah, it was never standalone. So my limited knowledge of TCG made me think when they introduced terrestrialization for the Gen 9 gimmick, it made me think about the Pokemon TCG actually. How you'll have like a Dark type Charizard or a Fire type Charizard, or for like Rock type, sometimes they'll be Fighting type or Dark type or things like or Steel type, things like that, you know? Where like you could have the same Pokemon but like different type variants of it. That was my like initial reaction to terrestrialization, which I think is very cool. I think it's neat that you could have like the same guy but styled slightly differently. It would have been Psychic before they switched to Dark. Yeah, that makes sense. And then my full holo is a Spalthra. I got this one in the pack that I opened for the Icebreaker that I was talking about earlier as well. Cool.
Yeah. Also, I was wrong earlier. It's 2 reverses, 1 guaranteed holo.
That makes sense. But then I got the cool full illustration before, so.
Yeah.
Lucky. After they merged Fairy into Psychic. That makes sense. I will say these packs are incredibly easy to open, which is nice. I usually struggle with grip with my bony little fingers, but these have been like butter. Okay,
Opening a Pokemon pack feels good.
It does. I am feeling the little dopamine rush. Thank God I don't actually play this game, or I would like actually be all over the place. I'm gonna zoom in slightly, I think. You don't need to see so much of my keyboard. Okay. The flip. Tinkatink. Speaking of Fairy type being rolled into Psychic. Now, this is exactly what I was talking about, though. Like, I'm sure there's a Steel type Tinkatink card, which is kind of cool. Mountain Scrounging. Look at the top card of your deck. You may put that card into your hand. If you don't, Discard that card and draw a card. Okay. Not yet? Oh, okay. Tandemaus, let's go. Okay. Damage Rush. Flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 10 damage for each heads. Denshi, this is exactly what we were talking about. Where you could just keep getting heads forever, in theory, and do infinite damage with Tandemaus here. And that's basically how it works in the video game also. The evolved form of Tandemaus, Mousehold, gets a signature move which has like 20 base power. It's pretty weak, but it can hit up to 10 times, which is twice as many as the next highest multi-hit move. So it's kind of a fun gimmick there. Everybody likes Tandemaus. They're a funny little guy. Dwebble, with the excellent signature move, Beat. Very cool guy.
Just beat him.
Just beat him. I would simply beat him. I like Dwebble. Crustle is one of my favorite Pokemon designs. I think they're pretty cool.
I also really like Crustle.
Whismur, I feel nothing for this Pokemon.
I love this Pokemon. It's one of my favorite normal types.
Explain.
I love the whole line.
Yeah, they're cool. I feel like it's uncomfortable to think about Exploud because they've got like holes coming out of their knees and stuff like that. Like they've got like big old sound pipes coming out of every joint on their body, which is just strange to think about. But they do have Boom Burst, which is a fun move. I have a weird Clamperl appreciation. That's good to know. I'll keep that in mind. Clamperl's kind of funny.
Boom Burst Enjoyer is a move.
Yeah.
I just think it's a very good design.
I got Ambipom, so I can finally evolve that full art Apom that I got before. Not that I'd ever want to. Snorlax doll. Oh boy, this is a trainer card, and it has HP. I'm guessing this is like a substitute, right?
Somewhat, yeah. So it's like similar to how fossils work.
I don't know anything about that. You should tell me all about it.
Although I haven't really played in a format or in
any. What do you mean fossils? There are none of those in Scarlet and Violet. What are you talking about? What's a fossil? Marshall's gonna lecture me now. So, rip. But yeah, Penny, if you know anything about fossils, go ahead.
I'm just gonna go based off like an old fossil card. So, basically, you play it as if it were a colorless Pokemon.
Huh.
And if it gets knocked out, it does count as a knocked out Pokemon. Yeah. So some item basically as
okay.
As
so this one says that if you get knocked out, your opponent can't take any prize cards for it, which is pretty cool. So this is just straight up like a wall, like an HP wall. You are buying time on the clock, which makes sense.
Yeah.
That's cool. I do like that. I think that's cool that items can be played as guys. You were actually speaking of Snorlax, you were telling me about a very meta Snorlax deck earlier that I would like to know about.
So there's this deck called Snorlax Stall. It is... The whole game plan of it is exclusively to deck out your opponent.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
So there's a set for Pokemon Go specifically. It has Snorlax in it. It's also one of my favorite card arts ever because it's literally just a Snorlax that is trapping someone in their home. Here, I'll send this to you. Let me get out of full screen real quick. So Snorlax ability has an ability called Block. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent's active Pokemon can't retreat.
This is the card. I put it on screen. It is blocking them in their home.
Pretty good ability. It also has a draw engine of Rotom V, which is once during your turn, you can draw 3 cards, and if you use this ability, your turn ends. You're never attacking, so you don't really care about making sure you're using your attack on your turn.
Okay.
It also runs Pidgeot V, which has the ability Vanishing Wings, which is once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you can shuffle it and all attached cards into your deck. So you get to refresh everything a bunch.
That's fun.
So it also plays. Yeah, like Tony said, it is one of the best single prize cards in the game right now. It also runs a single prize Mimikyu, which has ability called Safeguard, which is prevent all damage to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon EX and Pokemon V, which is a bulk of the meta right now. Makes sense. You can just put that there and, relax. And so I before we started stream, I mentioned this deck only runs exactly one water energy.
Yeah, that got me. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, how can that
And
be
that
true?
is for Crabominable V, which has
Of course, it's for Crabominable. Everybody knows about Crabominable, my favorite guy. Ice fighting type in VGC. I'm assuming they're water type in.
water type, yes, and the TCG. And it has a one energy attack that literally just says discard the top two cards of your opponent's deck.
Oh, that's badass. Actually, you're just destroying their cards for them.
So basically, you're
You
just
have to
walling
deck out.
out while they're drawing, and you're milling them. Um, there's also a card called the Misfortune Sisters from Legends Arceus, which
Oh,
just
I
says
remember them.
look at the top five cards of your opponent's deck and discard any number of item cards you find there.
Oh wow, we're just
And your
really thinning
opponent
this. That's
and
awesome.
your opponent shuffles the rest back into their deck. Um, Arvin is a really strong card. He basically just says search your deck for any item card and a Pokemon tool card, reveal them, and put them into your hand. You're using that. I believe you maybe know what Forest Seal Stone does because we saw it so much when we watched
If
Worlds.
you think I remember anything I watched at
You
3 a.m., you are
know,
sorely
fair,
mistaken.
fair, fair. So Forest Seal Stone is a Pokemon tool you can attach to a Pokemon. It gives them a V-Star ability, which is a once per game ability. It says during your turn, you can search your deck for a card and put it into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. And
Okay,
that's
cool,
basically it's just a free search.
nice. Yeah, okay.
There's a bunch of other cards, like myself,
Penny.
Penny, put one of your basic Pokemon all attached cards into your hand, so that helps you, recycle certain like Pokemon, so on and so forth. Um, okay, there's a card called Erica's Invitation. Your opponent reveals their hand, and you put a basic in. So you bench
What
your
is
opponent's Pokemon for them,
what is Erica
basically.
inviting me to? I would accept any invitation from Erica, but what is she inviting me to?
From the art into her garden.
Awesome, cool. That sounds great.
So you bench one of your. You look at your opponent's hand. You bench one of the Pokemon that's in their hand. And if you put a Pokemon onto their bench, you automatically switch that Pokemon into their active spot.
Gotcha.
So say, okay, you have Mimikyu up and it can't be hurt by EX or V cards.
Mm-hmm.
You can bench a basic from their you can bench like an EX from their hand and switch it in, so they are now stuck not being able to do damage to you.
That's
I maybe
exciting.
explained that wrong.
I understand. Yeah, it's like when you switch into a ground type when they're hitting you with Thunderbolt. Just like throwing
Yeah.
up an immunity, you can wall people out like that. Speaking of electric types here and Thunderbolt, I got my reverse hollow is Elekid. If this will focus, Elekid,
Yeah.
please.
And there's basically just a bunch of other tech cards that let you like discard your opponent's Pokemon
There we are.
and cards, so on and so forth.
Elekid's cool because in the latest VGC games they get Follow Me again, which they haven't had since Gen 4, I think. So they can do redirection, which is very, very powerful. The number of Follow Me users, I think you can count on both hands. So having new ones that are types that aren't normal are very interesting. You can like make somebody redirect and hit you, and you have the ability Static, which makes contact moves sometimes afflict the hitter with like paralysis. Or Magmar also gets Follow Me, and they've got Flame Body, which does the same thing but for burns. So like you've got Urshifu, they really want to beat the tar out of you. They get redirected because Magmar used Follow Me, and now they're burned because they hit you and they got Flame Body procced. It's very exciting. I think Magmar and Electabuzz are going to get more usage going forward as well. My other reverse hollow is Wugtrio, a Pokemon that I think they kind of dropped the ball on with. Garden Eels are really cute. I don't know that they did amazing justice to the design here, but I get that they had to make it look really, really similar to Dugtrio. And then finally, my full hollow is Iron Moth, Paradox Pokemon from the future. It's Future Volcarona. I don't know if this is good or not. I have no idea.
I don't think it is.
It's not very...
Fire is generally a not very well loved type.
Interesting. It's very popular in the video games. It's good.
Well, for reference, the best Charizard deck that you could be playing right now is Terra Dark Charizard.
That makes sense.
So even when there is a fire Pokemon, it has to be not fire to be usable.
Gotcha. I mean, that's terrestrialization for you, though. There are some Pokemon where it's like, ah, my favorite grass type, Heatran. You know, things like
Mhm.
that. Okay, basic energy, and we flip. We got Minun, Buddy Pulse. Thank you, Minun. Doublade, I can evolve the Aegislash I was showing off before. Very cool.
Just need the Honedge now.
I do. Okay, now we're cooking. Miltank with Lively Tackle. If this Pokemon was healed during this turn, this attack does 90 more damage. Thanks, Miltank. Wimpod, another goated Pokemon design. Sneaky Snacking. Flip a coin. If heads, discard a random card from your opponent's hand. That's cool. Ah, it's the much inferior version of Professor Turo's scenario. There's no cool staff print on it. Why would I care? I have
It's not shiny either.
It's not hollow. This one is. This goes straight in the garbage. Thank you, Professor Turo. Your scenario is very appreciated. Mienshao, 3-step strike. This is pretty art, actually. It's like very painterly. If I can get it to focus. You can see like the brushstrokes.
That's the thing I like about Pokemon specifically as a TCG is I feel like even the commons just get incredibly gorgeous art.
Yeah, I've been kind of flipping through these because so far they've mostly just been like pretty standard illustrations. But the clay Apom earlier, I was like actually pogging out a little bit. We've got Womon. We have
Womon.
Weemon.
Lemon. Lemon.
God, I forgot she has glasses too. It's unbelievable. They really cooked with this character design. They checked all the boxes.
Lesbians everywhere going ape shit.
Everyone, dude. I saw like a Yuma Joshi poll or something that was going around, which is like a poll for women of like which fictional character do you like ship yourself with, and it was like largely male characters, and then Rico was like number 3. It was awesome. It was like extremely hit, and then Rico was like very high ranking, and there was like 50 results. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair. Reverse Hollow. Oh, I got a full art. Spoilers. Very shiny card. But I got Rourke. I loved this guy in Gen 4. Reverse Hollow.
He's great.
Cool guy. Don't have much to
When
say
I
about
was when I was playing Masters around launch, he was my favorite, and then I fell off Masters very quickly.
him. Okay, hold on. So, and my full art Hollow is Tulip, who's the psychic type gym leader from Scarlet Violet. Come on, focus, please.
All art trainers are very beloved cards.
I would imagine. Why is it not focusing? Come on. Come on. Everybody wants to see. And it's like glittery. This is like unbelievable.
So that's a special illustration rare too. So she has a different full art that you can get, and that is the like secret one.
It's so glittery. Like, this is very pretty.
Yeah.
And like you can see like when I tilt it like this, her illustration of her is not glittery, but the background is, which is really cool.
Yeah.
This is gorgeous.
I also like that she's doing Dendra's makeup.
Yes. Yes. That's very nice.
That is a very, very nice card.
And then I got Golisopod as my other hollow, and I got Wimpod earlier. I wish this guy was in Scarlet Violet, because I like Golisopod. It would be a bug type that would get a lot of use.
I like this mod a lot. I used it a lot in Gen 7.
Alright, we are not even close to opening all the packs. I have no idea how long the stream is going to be, or if I'll even get to do all of them. I thought I was going to rip through this in no time. Fool that I am, having never done one of these before. Alright. Energy. Fire. Flip. Panseer. We're getting close to the monkey trio. Soon we will have them all. Call for family. Wiglet. Okay, this is good art. This is really good Wiglet art. This is better than just, like, standard illustration. Come on. Come on. There we go.
Yeah.
They're doing a little dance. Look at them. They're, like, kissing or whatever.
They're just hanging out.
They're just being guys and dudes. Some classic Glycer art. So yeah, I love that they took flying ground and they're like, yeah, that's a fighting type. Yeah, Gligar, fighting type with toxic. which is a normal type energy move and not like anything else.
Yeah, it's because fighting is also rock, wind, and
And ground.
ground.
Yep. That I know. Alright, we got Fue Coco. Funny little guy. Under an umbrella as it rains. He seems blissfully unaware of what he's getting
Of the
into.
danger that he is in.
Yeah. Love this guy. Starter I picked for the game for sure. A non-hollow Rourke, so this guy goes in the garbage. Could not care less. Minior!
Let's go.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
this is the set with the miniature alt art that I sent you before.
I hope I get that. This is a crazy good regular art, though. He's like, are those buildings around him? I have no idea. But he's going
Yeah,
on an adventure.
I think he's falling through a city.
Awesome. I was over the moon that they added Minior in the Blueberry Academy DLC. Not that I think Minior is particularly good, but I think they're really cool to look at. And there's a bunch of them. They're all different colors, so you can get some customization there, which is nice. And they're just a funny little guy. They're a rock flying type with a neat ability. Like, they do something interesting. Have to
It's
respect it.
insanely good gimmick.
Alright.
He also gets Shell Smash, I'm pretty sure.
Yup, they are one of the OG Shell Smash users. Because their ability gives them a bunch more defense before their HP is reduced. So it's okay
Yeah.
to, like, take that that risk, because you've got shields up, as the ability would say. Another monkey. Monkey Trio. Liquid Lashing. Don't care. Golbat. Reverse Hollow. Cool. Thank you, Golbat. Very cool. Same Gligar. The cooler Gligar. It's Reverse Hollow. And then my full hollow is Yveltal. Another Pokemon noticeably absent from Scarlet and Violet. I am assuming they will get added in if Pokemon Legends ZA is compatible with Gen 9. I'm assuming Xerneas and Yveltal will become added to the meta at that point. And we'll probably get some dumb primal Xerneas that like has a Geomancy boost automatically on switch in, and like if you try and use a dragon type move, you just lose the game instantly. Something like that. That's my guess. What were you about to say, sorry?
No, I was gonna say that was my assumption when they were left out of the
Yeah.
DLC.
Noticeably
And then
absent, yeah.
And then ZA got announced.
Za? We're smoking that shit that makes Charizard Mega Evolve.
I'm so happy Megas are back.
Yeah, if they keep him in a single player game like that, I think everybody wins pretty much. Like that would be totally cool with me. Because they're some of the best designs, but like I don't really want to have Kangaskhan on my team, or else I'm throwing. You know, like that's cool, but like
Yeah.
I love Kangaskhan, but it's boring when everybody has to have Kangaskhan. Pokemon Scarlet Violet Season Pass. See, like I am so stupid. I would buy that. I'm into it. I love Generation 9. It has been the most fun game to play that I can think of since like probably Oras on the 3DS, right? I loved Generation 9. I wish it worked good. But that I would be down for more adventures in Kitakami and Paldea. I think they're cool. I want a Scarlet Violet 2 that's like a time skip like Black and White 2, and I want Nemina to have built the battle frontier with her enormous family fortune and her like lust for battle. I want her to be the battle tower champion. Energy. Cool. We flip. Plusle to go with the Minun that we got earlier. Cool. Another Tandemaus. Tumble over. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. Oof. Very meta. Great art of Toadschool. Another great one right here. Look at that. Like the color, it's like colored pencil or something, I think. You can
Who's
see
the
like
artist on this one? I feel like I recognize the style.
Tomokazu Kamiya, I think is what that says.
Yeah, Kamiya is one of my favorite artists. He does like that kind of weird painterly, like almost psychedelic art
It's
for
great.
Pokemon
Oh,
cards.
and the next one's a clay model. Awesome. This is Yukamori again, who did the previous clay model one that we were gushing over. If I can get it to focus. This is Toxel, the first baby Pokemon they've added since Generation 4. Come on, Toxel. Everybody wants to see a Toxel. Come on. There we go. There we go. Little clay model. Love him.
Love that guy. I love the Toxtricity line in general.
They're
I
neat.
think they're sick.
It's cool that they made a typing that was previously not used. I think that's
Mhm.
always good and commendable. Gergeist, big fan of this one's design. She serves. Not much else to say about it. Professor. So we got Turo's Scenario, and I'm assuming this is the counterpart, which is Professor
Yeah.
Sada's Vitality, which is kind of funny given that she's dead before the game even starts in Scarlet Violet. So I don't know how much vitality we're talking about there, but people like her. She's cool.
She's hot.
Yeah, I mean, she's a woman in Pokemon, so I feel like that's almost a given, but
You know what? Fair. You got me
I
there.
got you there. Orbeetle, I love this guy. It looks like the Cubile from Gundam, and I use them on my story team for Scarlet Violet. Bug Psychic type, really cool. Just like I love Rabsca, and you saw me use Rabsca on the ranked ladder like 3 weeks ago. Orbeetle, super cool. They look like a mobile suit. They've got the V-fin also. If I can get this to focus.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can.
I love this thing. I've been a big fan of the generic bug types, like three gens in a row. I love Vikavolt, I love
Yeah, it's because they
Orbeetle,
started
and
doing
I
interesting stuff with them, right? Like
yeah,
they've got stuff. Why isn't
and
this
then
focusing?
I love Lokix because it's just Common Rider.
Why isn't this focusing? I'm mad now. Come on. I want this to focus on this card art. And it's not doing the autofocus. Come on. Come on. What? Why is the button not working on my camera? Is what I want to know. I should have a button that just does the autofocus, but it's just like not going. Whatever. Forget it. I was gonna talk about how much this thing looks like a Gundam, but I'll have to wait. Joltik, another cool bug type. Reverse Hollow, beautiful painterly art. He's eating a blueberry. Yum yum. Flail around. Reverse Hollow, Blipbug, the pre-evolved form of Orbeetle. Epic. So true, I agree. Again, it's like Orbeetle is not allowed to be seen, not allowed to be perceived. Come on.
There's this one. No bugs allowed.
No, we just got Joltik. There we go. Surprise attack. Blipbug. And then Tapu Koko EX is my hollow here. I'm assuming this is a good card.
Uh,
Everybody
com-
loves Tapu Koko.
I mean, this is one of my favorite legendaries ever, but comparably, there's a whole electric deck right now that does not even touch this thing.
That's interesting. People have been on their hands and knees begging, crying for Tapu Koko to be added to Scarlet Violet. I don't even collect. This cards that I'm opening right now, I got paid. This is my payment for working at the previous Pokemon Regional in Vancouver. But I'm on the VGC side. So they gave me a bunch of box sets so they didn't have to pay me as much. And I'm opening one of them, because it seems like a fun thing to do. So neither really. I guess I kind of collect, but I haven't opened Pokemon cards in like 20 years. So I hope that answers your question.
I'm the TCG player here.
Yeah, Penny on the line is the expert here to tell me what's good. So I don't just like start like, wiping my butt with the Hollow Rare or something like that. Like, no, it's worth money.
Yeah, I'm here to keep you in check.
Keep me in check. Basic energy. Cool. Another Blipbug. Snowrunt. This is pretty Snowrunt art though, at least. It's like, the color palette is really pleasing. I should collect every Pokemon card as a joke. I mean, you beat Pokemon Home, PK Tom. So that would be the next quest for you, to beat one of the TCG collection apps. You literally have a full living dex, and I've gotten all the achievements in Pokemon Home. Hey, there's Honedge, so I can finally evolve.
Yeah,
Aegislash.
you have the full set now.
Cool. Horsey, this is like some classic Gen 1 Gen 1 feeling card art.
Oh, for sure.
This is from illustrator's name is a mononym, all caps. Hyo Ganosuke. One word. Zebstrika. Cool. Crocalore. Cool. Another Ambipom. Cool. Reverse Hollow Tandemouse. We love that for us. Reverse Hollow Galvantula to go with the Reverse Hollow Joltik. And Porygon Z. Buggy Turbo. Hold on, what does this do? Once during your turn, you may flip a coin. If heads, attach up to 4 basic energy cards from your discard pile to this Pokemon. If tails, discard an energy from this Pokemon, and then your attack does 40 damage for every energy attached to it. So that's cool. You could do a lot of damage pretty quick. Or you could just do nothing, because you're Porygon, and you have
Or you
Malware
can
installed.
just fall on your face.
Yep. You sure could. Oh, there is no chance I'm finishing opening all of these cards today. Good lord. There are so many in this box. What was I thinking?
36 packs.
Oh my god. What was I thinking? Energy.
It's okay, you can do it. After a point, you'll probably speed it up because you'll have seen all of the
dupes, yeah. That's true. Right now I'm like, oh, that's new, that's new. Spinda! Love this guy. Not in the Switch games. They should make a different Spinda card for every variation of spots that he can get. Nimble. We already saw Nimble. Elekid. We got the reverse holo of them. Vanillish. We got this one already. Dondozo. Hate this guy. Rest in peace, Bozo. I don't think you're going to be very good in the restricted format. Okay, hold on. Wait. Are they all like this? The way that this text is formatted is messing with my brain. Because there's like all this space over here. Do we know why?
It's just some cards. Some cards are like that. I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Because like all the other ones seem like they're aligned with the energy. I don't know. Tulip, but we got the super secret rare Tulip before, so who cares? Veluza. Okay. This Pokemon, I don't know why they invented this. It's water psychic, and its gimmick is that it fillets itself to go faster, but it's not very fast. I was watching a Moxie Boosted video. He's like a Pokemon content creator, right? And he was trying to do a gimmick team way back in the day, which was a bunch of Pokemon that like self-destruct more or less, and then King Gambit with Supreme Overlord, which gives a little bit of power for each fainted guy in your party. And they were trying to figure out a Trick Room user who could use Final Gambit, which is a move where you basically sacrifice yourself and do your current HP as damage to the target. And Veluza, despite being, like, the Pokedex entries all saying you're blazingly fast, etc., etc., Veluza was the slowest Final Gambit user that had any amount of HP. So very funny there. Reverse Holo Tinkatuff, we saw this one earlier. Reverse Holo Octillery, and the next one looks like it's going to be some kind of crazy full art. Garchomp EX. Okay, this is glittery too. It's the same kind of glitter that Tulip had.
It's just a regular EX.
Oh really? They're all like that? The border is like glittery.
Yeah, it's just a regular EX. There is like I think there's a full art for this, but this is just the regular.
Wait, Marsh, you're saying the Dondozo looks like an error card? What you mean?
Oh, it's because it's a Terra.
It's got the extra shiny. Marsh, do you mean that this is a misprint? What do you mean? Is this like actually rare? Or am I just like not? Because it lines up with the text beneath it. Like these are lined up, but it just seems weird. Anyway, sorry. The Dondozo is actually fine. That's cool. That's fine.
But yeah,
oh, because it's water type. Yeah, Garchomp's not supposed to be a water type. That's wrong. That's cool. So that's the first Terra card that I've gotten so far.
Yeah.
That's neat.
I'm not the biggest fan of how Terra was implemented into the TCG.
I mean, isn't it just you have a Garchomp, but it's water type, or is there more to it than that?
It's like you have a Garchomp, but it's water type, and it can't take damage on the bench, and that's about it.
Oh, okay. That's a cool secondary effect.
Yeah. Well, the big thing was the first round of Terras that came out were just like the same type that the Pokemon already was, but with the Terra hat. And I was just like, okay.
Oh. There are very few Pokemon in the VGC where you Terra a type that you already are. It's like, I don't know, offensive Terra is very rare. Usually you need to go for a defensive thing. Alright.
Yeah.
Energy. Flip. Joltik, but we've seen this one before. Natu. I would love Natu to be back. When I was in Vancouver, I got to look at a lot of native art, like First Nations type art. I got to see some authentic totem poles, which is very cool. And I looked at a lot of art galleries that were stocked by like indigenous artists. And I kept thinking about how a Pokemon region set in like in and around that region would be really cool. And I'd love to see a regional variant of Natu that looks like the art on the totem poles. The way that they illustrate killer whales is incredible. It looks like a fish, but it's bent. It always has its back bent, so like if this were its head, it's always bent so that its blowhole is facing directly forward, and there's a face coming out of the blowhole, like a human face. And it's got this crazy grin. It's really, really cool. I would love to see that as a Pokemon. I think it would be a great legendary. Anyway, Natsu, love you. Remoraid. Pumpkaboo. Another Snorlax doll. Tinkaton. Durant. This guy was very popular in the early days of Sword and Shield in the VGC, just as a bug steel type. There were not a lot of things that could hit it, and if you Dynamax, you were pretty strong. I don't even know if Durant is in. I don't think Durant is in.
I don't
Scarlet
think
Violet.
it is either, because Heatmore isn't there, and you have to have one. You have to have both.
Yeah, that's true. You have to have both. Because if Durant isn't around, who's gonna keep Heatmore in check? It would just run rampant through the meta, right?
Yeah,
Exactly. This is a reverse hollow technical machine turbo energize. All right.
I don't know. I have no clue
Cool.
what this card does. I don't think it's used at all.
Jirachi! Reverse hollow.
This Jirachi is pretty good.
This is so cute.
Uh,
I mean, all Jirachis are cute, but
this was so I know you do remember Lost Box from
yeah,
Worlds.
that's
'Cause
the
you
only thing
popped
I
off
remember
for
because it
Yeah.
was there.
So this Jirachi is a direct Lost Box counter.
Yeah, because I remember the gimmick of Lost Box was basically just annihilate your opponent's bench. You like attack their life
Yeah.
points directly. They're sitting ducks, and you just simply destroy them. But Stellar Veil here says, you're while this guy is around, you prevent all damage from being placed on your benched Pokemon. So,
Also one of my favorite mythics,
ooh,
legendaries,
and we've got
anything.
Full Hollow Milotic. She serves, as always, absolute queen. Her ability is Lifeboat. Once during your turn, you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon. You may use this ability. Each player puts a basic Pokemon from their discard pile onto their bench. Oh, so you're rescuing somebody. That's cool. Oh,
Yes.
oops, I meant to put these guys in my hollow pile. There we go. Lost Zone Killer. Marsh, which one did you say you need right now? And I'm not sure if you mean that, because, like, if people I know want some of these cards, like, that's cool. Just let me know. I have little to do with them. I just thought opening them would be fun and nostalgic. And I like to look at cool art. Though, honestly, so far, most of the art has just been, like, standard game illustrations, which I'm not a huge fan of. I was hoping for more clay model type stuff. What good look cards have you pulled? I don't know. I don't know if any of them are good. I got...
The Tulip.
I did
That's
get
the
Tulip.
big one.
Yeah. I got the full art super rare Tulip, which is cool.
The special illustration rare.
Gerd, okay, wait, Gerd, no, I pulled this one. I don't know if this is worth anything. I pulled this one earlier. This was just in the box. It was weird. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, I know that's from regionals, dude. Can't fool me. Alright, worth a shot. Onyx! I love Onyx. I love Steelix. Steelix is one of my favorite Pokemon. It's just a big worm. In Legends Arceus, I have a Alpha Steelix, and it's just the biggest thing you've ever seen in your life. Its name is Big Iron, because I love naming my Pokemon after music. Charcadet. Little. Funny little design. Funny Pokemon. Chantal, who I don't really remember. As a trainer. I think she's in the Elite Four. Couldn't tell you. Garbodor.
Garbodor is actually one of my favorites.
Garbodor
Love
kind
that
of
thing.
serves. Future Booster Energy Capsule. Reverse Hollow of the Swablu we saw earlier. Exciting. I think we already have this reverse Hollow Apom with Filch and Smack. And Garganical, my boy. So we were talking about how
Big
the
boy.
basic bugs were, like, interesting finally after a long time. I was over the moon delighted that they finally made the obligatory Mono Rock Pokemon, like, have a thing. Instead of just being,
Yeah.
haha, what if it was slow and had high physical defense, and was weak to water and grass and fighting, and ice, and all these other things. But instead they were like, what if it can't be status, so you can't poison stall it? What if it arbitrarily resisted ghost types? And what if it had one of the greatest chip moves ever invented? that specifically hits super effective into two things that would hit super effective into you in a Terra format. Awesome. I love Garganical. It's a wide guard user. I'm going to think about how to get Garganical working in a restricted format. Because as I was saying earlier, wide guard's really good when Origin Pulse is flying around, when Astral Barrage is flying around, Precipice Blades are flying around. A lot of good spread moves in the restricted format. So, I think Garganical might have a spot again. Plus, doing, like, that percentage chip to guys that have these tremendous base HP stats and these huge defensive pools is, like, really valuable. So, like, if you can land Assault Cure on, like, I don't know, Terapagos, you're doing considerable damage each turn. Percentage-based sounds really good. So I'm going to think about that a lot. I love Garganical. Now to consider Wide Guard users. That's what I'm saying, yeah. I think Wide Guard's going to be really good. Zubat. This is a cute art, I suppose. He's experiencing the horrors of the world. He's being blasted by sound. Cute little guy.
He's fine.
Gimme Ghoul. Psychic type. All these guys have Call for Family, which is interesting. Gimme Ghoul. Ah, now this is what we call an illustration right here. We've got some rhythm game art Mienfu. Love this. Very cute.
That really is some like Rhythm Heaven style. Maybe not Rhythm Heaven. That's a lot more
Natsumi
simplistic.
Yoshida,
But...
you did a great job. Purloin, part of the famous Void Cats duo. Alright, we have Earthen Vessel, which is the thing that Ting Lu is, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, but it's just a ancient thing.
Cool. We've got that medical energy. Trust me, officer, I've got a prescription for this one. Is this are we smoking the shit that makes Charizard medical? What is this? What makes this medical?
It just heals a Pokemon when you attach it, but it counts as colorless energy.
Okay, I'm putting that in the energy pile. Steenie, a Pokemon that wishes you would eat it. Very cool. Her final evolved form is Sarina, and Bruxish in their generation got the cool ability where they can just stop priority moves, but then they got horribly outclassed in Generation 9 with the advent of Farigiraf, who is the greatest, like, God's gift to Trick Room. Because unlike Steenie, who's a rather frail grass type, and Bruxish, who is, like, very susceptible to ghost moves and is also rather frail and is also decently fast, Farigiraf has 120 base HP, is immune to ghost instead of being weak to it, and just like has a tremendous move pool and tremendous defense. So you can actually hang on the battlefield for quite a long time. Farigiraf is where it's at. Reverse Hollow, right? Yeah, Reverse Hollow, Yveltal, cool, whatever.
Which you already pulled the hollow of earlier.
Reverse Hollow, Ferrothorn. Not happy to see this guy ever, but you know, whatever. We'll deal. And then regular Hollow Morpeko. This one's the dark variant instead of the, I'm assuming, electric variant that also exists.
Yes.
Cool. If this Pokemon has no energy attached, it has no retreat cost. Okay. Cool. Are you familiar with the copy pasta that's like, Slowbro comes out as like gay? How does this affect?
Yes.
OU meta, and it's like Ferrothorn is very homophobic.
The Stunfisk post, yeah.
It's great, yeah. That's what I think. That is now what I think about anytime I see Ferrothorn.
True. That fucking guy has ruined my life for years in singles.
Not very fun. He would actually kind of have a place now, I think, and it wouldn't be too oppressive, but whatever. There's no grass steel types in Gen 9. It's fine. We can live like that. Trubbish!
My boy.
Gimmighoul. Wiglet. With
Another,
now, this is a very phallic-looking card with the ability of Vibration. I do like the art, though. This is from the guy we were talking about earlier, right? With the colored pencils.
Yeah, Tomokazu Kamiya.
Yep. I love that I'm able to recognize them now. That's cool. This is the non-hollow Jirachi. Screamtail, let's go. This is good art. This is a great picture of Screamtail doing both having a tail and screaming.
It's yeah.
And I love the way the ancient future cards have like the gradient. I think that's
Yeah.
cool. Roaring Scream. I don't know about that. Roaring something is a different Pokemon. Hey, speak of the devil. Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle stocks are going to go way up in the restricted format as well because there's finally Miraidon. And so Iron Bundle is finally allowed to have an ability. Also notably, Iron Bundle is the fastest Pokemon that you're legally allowed to use, having 1 point higher in speed than like Fluttermane and everybody else in that tier. So it's going to be pretty useful. Who's faster? Okay, yes, you're right. Nobody uses Electrode, though. Some people use Regieleki. I'm talking about boosted Iron Bundle, though. I'm talking about Iron Bundle with that 50% Quark Drive boost is, like, pretty much uncontested, unless you've got Tailwind up. It's the best zero-turn, no setup required speed you can get, I think. Other than, like, again, like Choice Scarf. So I think it will do quite well, because then you just click Icy Wind and slow your opponents. Okay, yeah, you can bring Regieleki with Scarf, that's fine. I'll allow it. Gimmighoul, saw this guy earlier. There's a Reverse Hollow Horsey, and Palkia. Teleportation Burst. You may switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. Prize Count. If you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, this attack does 80 more damage. Tom, what's up? Do you want this Palkia card? Is that what you're about to ask me? Yeah, you can have that Palkia. That's fine. I'll put it aside, actually. Somewhere.
Also, most notably, the Screamtail card is a one-of tech card in Gardevoir.
What was that? Sorry?
The Screamtail card is a one-of tech in the Gardevoir
Oh, I didn't even
deck.
read what it did. Why is that?
I actually don't know.
Is it just because you look at the art and you feel like happy and you're like, oh, I can still win this game?
This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each damage counter on this Pokemon.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So it's just basically a snipe card, and because you can get so much energy out with Gardevoir, it's not hard to get enough
Hey,
attack.
Panpour, we finally have all of the monkeys. Nice. We can finally do Monkey Trio. Blitzel.
Yeah, rip to Guardy after rotation.
Cool. Glizzar looking bad. Nice and evil. Now, this is cool Absol art. Shinji Kanda made this one. This is cool. This is cool art. Absol also not in Generation 9, but that's okay. There we go.
Yeah, insanely sick art.
Hold on, what is this? I don't know how you pronounce this move. It's like draw and awareness put together, but my mouth can't do that.
Drawareness.
Draw awareness, yeah. You may discard any number of cards from your hand until you have 4 or fewer. Draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. That's cool. Simisage, Monkey Trio.
We're getting there.
Reverse Hollow Purloin. Cool, I think we already even got Reverse Hollow Purloin. Knackley, this is really cute art. It's just like scooting. You can see the trail behind it. Pioneers used to ride these babies for miles.
I was just about to say.
He's zooming. And another Hollow Iron Moth. This is the second one I've gotten.
Yeah. Yeah, now we're really getting into dupes territory.
Yep, that's fine. Yeah. I am also, like, consciously trying to speed it up a little bit, unless I see something with, like, amazing art. Like this guy, for example. Porygon 2, God's greatest gift to Trick Room, which I just said about Farigiraf, but Porygon 2 does not go anywhere. You put Eviolite on this guy, and he just hangs around forever. Porygon 2 is, I think, offensively stronger than he's ever been, with the way that Terra Blast works, in that Porygon's ability is Download, which boosts your offense of your opponent. That correlates to your opponent's weaker defense, which, if you got like a physical attack boost, used to be really useless. But now, because Terra Blast draws from your higher stat, it actually can be advantageous to get a physical attack boost and just do a physical attack Terra Blast, which is kind of cool. Also, you can Terra Poison, and you can become a whole different type, so that's quite nice as well. You effectively just get 2 moves in one, because like Terra Blast is normal by default, and you're a normal type, so you get Stab on that. And then if you Terra, you get Stab on whatever type that is as well. So like even if you use Terra Blast without terrestrializing, it's still quite good. That's my Porygon 2 rant. They're very, very strong. Yo! It's my favorite character of all time, Parasol Lady. Everybody's always talking about her.
This is one of my favorite things about the TCGs. They will literally just have some like fuck off rando like this as a card. And she does have a full art, of course.
Oh, hell yes. Okay. We got Knackley, which we just saw before. Octillery. Is this from the right TCG? Cursed Duster. This doesn't feel very Pokemon. This feels like this belongs in a different game.
I mean, they also have.
Is this like a Yu-Gi-Oh card? Like, what's going on?
They also have Lost Vacuum, which is a
Interesting.
literal vacuum.
Can Rotom? Can, like, Rotom suck form happen? Or, like, what's going on?
No, it's just a regular ass vacuum that can get stuff out of the
Ambitom.
Lost Zone.
Cloth. I got nothing to say about Cloth. I don't know why it's a rock type.
I just like crab.
Reverse Hollow Wimpod. Alright. I got a full art.
Okay,
You're
okay.
gonna like this one. Let's go.
Yeah. So if you get the Goldengo one,
I can see he's behind.
It's connecting art.
Cool. Full art, Gimmickle. I love this pose. He's cute.
Yeah, I really love. They've been doing a lot of those connected art ones for Scarlet and Violet, and it's so nice.
And then my regular holo is our boy Wo-Chien. I do wonder if Wo-Chien's gonna be useful in restricted as well. I will let you know, Gert. I will put this one aside for you as well if you want to buy it. I will check out what market rates look like and give you a good deal.
I was gonna say I have the TCG player for Paradox Rift open right now.
All right, tell me what's the market rate.
I'm just I just have to find it now.
Yeah, that looks like it's really cool art. I'm hoping I get the Goldengo just so I can look at them together.
Where is it? Oh, I see the Parasol Lady gets 2 full arts.
Oh my god. I mean, as she deserves.
It is a like $6 card.
Oh, okay.
Forgivable.
That's not too bad. Bonus sweet. Really good Feeboss art. This guy has seen some stuff.
Bro looks concerned.
A palm. Blade. It's your dad, Norman.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, Dad. Orthworm. Really good art of Toadstool. Cruel, rather. With the ability Slime Mold Colony. This guy's creeping. Cards in your opponent's discard pile can't be put in their hand by an effect of your opponent's abilities or trainer cards. That stuff's gone. You don't want it back. Trust me. Reverse Hollow Porygon 1. Love this art.
I really like the blocks.
He's building. He's having a good old time. My first dragon type. Tatsugiri. Reverse Hollow.
Also very cute art.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about when I'm looking at cute art. I love that they're always making the DreamWorks face, the Tatsugiri. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah.
And then my full holo is Brute Bonnet. Or as they're known in Italian, Fungo Furioso.
Fungo Furioso? That's awesome.
Fungo like fungus. Fungo Furioso, one word.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I wish that they got more use, but I don't really miss them that much because I hate Amoonguss. Though I am cooking in my brain. I've never played a restricted format before in VGC because I usually just roll off around that time because I find the power creep kind of unappealing. But I'm really like locked in now as like a professor and being involved in the community and stuff and wanting to like get marginally better as a player even. So I've been thinking about what I'm going to try and run for restricted. and I kind of want to try and cook a team that's Ho-Oh and Amoonguss as like the focus because they both get Regenerator and they both have opposite weaknesses. So I think you could just switch in back and forth, eat hits with your 150 plus special defense on Ho-Oh, and get 33% of your HP back every time. I think you can just Regenerator swap back and forth with those two non-stop and like basically call it a day. Throw in like an Incineroar or something, I don't know, something with Intimidate, and just never stop switching and have a revolving door team. I love revolving doors, so. Sorry,
That'd
go
be
ahead.
so sick. No, I was just saying that'd be sick.
Yeah. If Palatine were useful, they could be the water in the fire, water, grass core there. Because that's another Pokemon that badly wants to switch.
My old strat for singles was literally Volt Turn. So I would just have a Pokemon that would rely on Volt Switch, another Pokemon that would rely on U-Turn.
Okay, so here's the thing. Miraidon learns Volt Switch, and you basically can threaten OH, like one-hit KOs, OH KOs with it, which is insane. I don't think it's cool that the restricteds can have pivot moves, but because of Electric Terrain and Quark Drive, or Hadron Engine, and like if you give it like a magnet or something, you can like OH KO neutral hits with Volt Switch on Miraidon, which means then you go back, and if they try and reset terrain, you can just send the guy out again. It's horrifying. Miraidon's going crazy. I pulled Larry, and now I'm realizing that I badly want the full art special of Larry. I like didn't even occur to me that that might be a thing that exists, but now that I'm thinking about it, I want it.
I'm pretty sure it exists. Let me double check though.
Yamask. Surskit. This is really cute art.
It do? Okay, sweet. I was starting to look it up. I'm like deep into the alt arts on TCG Player right now.
There we go. Cyclozar.
There is a Garganacl alt art in this that I think you would very much enjoy.
I hate how many of the EX ones are just like 3D renders. I don't like them. They don't look good.
Oh, I do not like the 3D renders at all.
Simisear. And then my reverse holo is... My desk must be on like a slight incline because my cards keep sliding. That's fun. That's fun to think about. My reverse holo is that Snorunt we really liked earlier. Cool. I got a Wimpod. Oh, perfect. And corresponding Golisopod. This is exactly what I was talking about with like really boring art.
But... Yeah, what's the artist again? It's like 3D Works or something?
N Designs Incorporated. Thanks, N Designs.
Yeah, no, I do not like the 3D renders at all, but it's like all they use outside of alt arts for like the like EXs and Vs.
Wait, you're a reversal. Or, yeah. There we go. I have no idea how I'm going to organize these later. But that's a problem for future Tom.
That's the fun part, you don't.
Miltank.
I just have multiple booster boxes full of just bulk, unorganized bulk, just sitting around.
Tandemouse. Another Screamtail. Hey, there's Exploud. You were talking about them before.
Yeah.
Sudden Shout. Technical Machine. Devolution. The Devolution is here. Alright, Reverse Holo of Professor Sada's Vitality. That's cool. Orbeetle. And Chi-Yu. This is not an exciting Chi-Yu art. There is exciting Chi-Yu art. This is not it.
This is not it, no. There's another fun little boring render. You would not enjoy Scarlet and Violet base set because some of it literally is just like the key art from the website of the Pokemon on like
awful.
on a card.
Literally, what are we doing? Whismur. Flamigo. I do like Flamigo. Flamigo's a fun Pokemon conceptually. A lot of early Scarlet Violet revolved around trying to get Flamigo next to a Dondozo that had the Omni Boost with Tatsugiri fainted. That was like, can we give it a Poison Orb? Or Toxic Orb, rather. What if we use like Perish Song? How do we get that Tatsugiri to faint while it's inside Dondozo's mouth? and then get Flamigo next to it to copy those boosts. How do we do it? And that was a fun gimmick.
That's the speedrun Pokemon.
What is?
Flamigo.
Is it? That makes sense. It's very strong.
Yeah, because you can literally get it basically frame one,
Yeah.
and it can sweep pretty much
And
the
it's
whole
got
game.
Scrappy, so you never need to worry about. You can just click close combat, and you're always faster.
Yeah, it
So.
just sweeps everything.
Seadra, Crobat, Rourke, Minior, but we got the cooler Minior before. My reverse holo is Zekrom, who is new to the game. That's cool.
And also somewhat unappealing art.
I mean, Zekrom is just a weird looking dude, frankly. But, and then you're never gonna believe this. My next reverse holo is Qian Pao, famous water type Qian Pao, known for being a water type. And then my full holo is Qian Pao.
Xianpao.
I don't know why more people aren't running this in VGC. Just 2 Qian Paos. Like, that seems really good.
Yeah, just run 2 of them.
I'm surprised that the Ruin guys don't have the ability like they do in, I thought that would be like their entire gimmick. Because that's all they do in VGC is they reduce offensive or defensive stats, just passively.
They do have EX versions of
Okay.
themselves from an earlier set.
Okay.
I do like, so one of the top 10 decks is Qianpao Baxcalibur. And it's basically just Baxcalibur. And Baxcalibur is just water energy turbo, and then you can just attach it to Qianpao and go crazy.
Go crazy. Alright, we are halfway through all the packs that I have to open right now in this booster box. I've cleared out half of the box, but we're speeding up.
We're speeding up, we're speeding up.
So, it's fine. Huh? Oh. Sorry, I had a brain fart, and I thought there was no energy in this one that I just opened. Toad School, we've seen this one before. Toxel, we've seen this one before. Spinda, we've seen this one before. This is what I'm saying when we speed up. Nimble, yep.
Okay.
Mela, so I want the full art of Mela because it's got a Torkoal in it. I don't really care about her too much. Like, she's cool, I guess. If you're like,
oh, she slays. She serves.
if you're like into that, I mean, sure, whatever. Now you want to talk about somebody who serves. Slitherwing.
I love this thing.
It's really dopey looking.
I love it so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to. It looks like it would make a good pet.
Yeah, it'd be fluffy. It'd be fluffy and warm.
Alright. Vanillish? Reverse holo, yes. Cool. Charcadet, reverse holo. And then good old-fashioned full art Roaring Moon.
So yeah, that is an actual full art. Full art, Roaring Moon is one of the better decks right now as well.
Cool.
Let me... Oh, I had it
This feels like a card that's probably worth, like, $5.
I had it pulled up earlier. I think it's on page 3. There's 15 pages for this set. No,
bro, it's actually driving me crazy. So we've got Screamtail here who has Roaring Scream. And I'm like, no. Roaring is a different guy. That's Roaring Moon. Then Roaring Moon has Frenzied Gouging. No, Gouging is a different guy. That's Gouging Fire. Make up your damn minds. Oh my god, okay. Knock out your opponent... Okay, so Frenzied Gouging. Knock out your opponent's active Pokemon. If your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out in this way, this Pokemon does 200 damage to itself. That's crazy.
Yeah. This is actually a, like, $9.50 card.
Cool. The texture on it's really pretty. I don't know if I'll be able to capture that with the card, with the camera. It's got, like, a fingerprint to it.
Yeah, I really like that about the full arts. I'm usually not a big fan of full arts because they are just the 3D renders, but I feel like they look.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's just stylized. Who's the artist on it?
The artist for this one is Takuyoa. Takuyoa is.
Maybe I'm wrong.
And then the Gimmighoul one that I got before is not a 3D render.
No, that one's not a 3D render. So full arts and illustration rares are two different things.
What are you talking? Well, okay, now you're saying nonsense to me. Is there art over the full card or is there not? Like, what do you
There
mean?
is, but it's two different things. So the
Okay.
chemical is an illustration rare, which is something they started doing end of Sun and Moon, and then it went away for most of Sword and Shield and came back during like the last like little bit of Sword and Shield,
Okay.
and now it's just a staple, like
Okay.
of every set. So it's just a bunch of random commons can have cool little alt arts. A full art is like the Roaring Moon that you pulled,
Gotcha.
where it's the full body of the Pokemon.
Gotcha. I'm not even naming these guys anymore because we've literally seen them all recently. Techno Radar. Wow.
Fancy little watch.
Steamy. Wow. Reverse Hollow Flamigo. Cool. Reverse Hollow Fake Snorlax. And normal rare Roaring Moon.
Yeah.
Wow.
I believe normal Roaring Moon is like $4 or $5.
Come on,
Let me
please.
check. Let me double check on that.
Well, it's Roaring Moon EX, rather.
Yeah, Roaring Moon EX is like a $5 card.
Cool.
There's also a very gorgeous alt art of this, because of course.
Roaring Moon?
Yes. And it's
Interesting.
just hanging out with a bunch of with all the ancient paradox Pokemon.
Interesting. Never struck me as a particularly friendly guy, but I guess you do you, bud.
Well, I say hanging out. He is roaring.
Oh, okay.
And
At the
they
moon.
and they are
And mooning.
scared. Yeah.
Doublade. Surskit. Flamigo. Magby. The other Pokemon that gets to follow me this gen. Regular boring Tatsugiri. Earthen Vessel. That medicinal energy.
That good.
That good.
That Pokemon Zaw.
That Pokemon's all. That's what I'm talking about. Reverse Hollow Toxel. Reverse Hollow Screamtail. And regular Hollow Wochian, which we've already seen.
Wochian mentioned.
Live Wochian reaction. Alright, we're cruising actually. We're gonna make it, guys. We're gonna make it. We're gonna finish before like 10 p.m. Have I pulled like anything that's meta yet? Like what's good? Or is there
Roaring
no meta?
Moon.
Roaring Moon's it? Okay.
Roaring Moon. Yeah, Roaring Moon is the sixth most represented deck right now, and I believe Garchomp can be used as a tech card in Roaring Moon. I might be remembering this wrong.
Is it because Roaring Moon just has a move that says kill your opponent?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Like regardless of like anything, just you
yeah.
win. You click fissure and it connects.
Yeah, I was also wrong about Garchomp being used as a tech card. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, of course. I wasn't gonna say anything. Like I didn't want to make you look bad, but you know. Galvantula, Electric Bug, Antike, Pansage, Minot, Counter Catcher, the Monkey Radar.
Counter Catcher is also a very good card.
That cool Absol from before. Masquerain.
My favorite Intimidate user.
Defiance Vest, so not Assault Vest. If you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, this Pokemon takes 40 less damage from attacks. Okay. So you just hang on a little bit longer if you're losing, right?
Yeah. Sometimes applicable. I don't know if it's being used currently.
I got Tinkaton. And my favorite electric type, Mewtwo.
Yeah, Mewtwo EX. This card is not good.
I wouldn't think so. Mewtwo also suffers in the new restricted format from being a Generation 1 Pokemon, so he's like normal busted and not like crazy busted like everything else is. So, I don't know. Poor guy. His one benefit is by being a Gen 1 Pokemon, he's like a coverage machine because he learns like every TM in the game.
Yeah.
But, like, that's not super great. He's outclassed as a Psychic type by, like, Calyrex. So, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the big brain.
No. Where do you work out?
I still hate that thing. I hate looking at it.
Yeah, me too. I want them to add Calyrex Earthrider, where he hops on Ting Lu's bowl, and then you get as one Vessel of Ruin Unnerve, and like you have like a quadrillion attack, and you're completely invincible to like all special attacks.
It would save the meta.
It would save the meta. Oh, hey, this is a new one that I haven't seen yet. Oricorio. Cute.
Also one of my favorite Pokemon. I really like
She
this
serves, yeah.
gimmick.
Oricorio is cool. And that's why I wish that there was more time spent in regional formats. We got one regional, like San Diego, I think it was, that was like just the regional dex regulation A. And then they immediately moved on to like, yes, you can use the Paradox Pokemon now. Cool. I'll never see Oricorio in a competitive environment ever because we just had to move so fast. Boring. Awful.
We just had to let Fluttermane in.
We had to do it.
She was just banging at the doors.
Thank you, Marsh. Iron Bundle.
That scared me because usually when I'm on your streams, I have it muted because
Oh, I've got the sound coming through. Yeah, sorry.
And I can actually hear the sound coming through this time.
Jump scare. Future Booster Energy. Reverse Hollow Loudred. This guy looks like a friend. He's just like, hey, what's going on?
Oh, that's my buddy. Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, Mega Impact. Reverse Hollow Panpour. And Full Hollow Thievel, which we got before.
Yes.
Cool.
I think it was also a hollow last time and not like a reverse or anything.
Sounds about right. I don't know why they made Thievel. I'm not sure what they were thinking. They're just like, we need to pad out the Pokedex somehow.
We need the Rattata.
The Rattata's a squirrel, and there's already a Rattata.
Oh, right.
It's
Then
Squirtle.
yeah, I forgot. I tried to think about Greedent too much.
Alright, what do we got? Magby. Flamigo. Another Porygon. Oricorio. Orbital. Cloth. Luxurious Cape. Again, feels like it belongs in a different game.
Yeah, but imagine you attach that to your Pokemon. Imagine your Pokemon wearing a luxurious cape.
I would love to imagine that. Imagine Calyrex wearing a luxurious cape as he's on the back of Glastrier or something. Earth Vessel. Magby. And Iron Chugulus.
Iron Julius.
Orange Julius. Cool. Weird guy.
Weird guy outclassed by his past self.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, as long as... Good thing there are no fairy types in the meta, which really allows Hydreigon to pop off, right? Imagine, though, if you were, like, double weak to fairy, that would be crazy.
Yeah, that's why we have Terra type now.
It's true, it's true, it's true.
Terra type fixes every Pokemon, surely.
Surely. And then my energy. Cool. What do we got? Panpour. Blitzel. Bounsweet. Peebos. Wugtrio. Techno Radar. Absol. Bounsweet. Reverse Hollow. Little Reverse Hollow. And my boy Groudon. Probably going to be very good in the restricted format as well. Always will be. Man, though now there is another sun-setting legendary with Koraidon, who also makes it sunny day when he gets sent out. So like, I don't know, there's competition. I think Groudon's typing is better, but Koraidon has the advantage of being a more modern Pokemon, so their stat distribution is kind of wild. When you look at like their measurements, you kind of do that wolf whistle gif. Because it's like 135 speed.
Awooga.
Yeah. Very optimized. I love a woman with an optimized stat spread, I'll tell you what. What's that?
Nothing, just... I love a woman with an optimized stat spread.
Yeah. Groudon does beat Miraidon, it's true. Energy. Alright. We're rounding out the pack here. Snowrunt. Knackle Stack. Finally a new card.
Mr. Minecraft himself.
Plusle. Dottler. Ancient Energy Booster Capsule. Orthworm. Another two-rose scenario. Man's in all sorts of shit these days, I guess. Poor
He's
guy.
he's always in situations.
Always in situations. I love putting a man in situations, yeah? Durant. Doublade, and the bad Chiyu art. Unimpressive pack.
Deeply unimpressive. Yeah. I'm surprised this late into like I say this late as if it
As if
hasn't like as if
order
it
matters.
hasn't as if yeah as if order matters like they still are just kind of pushing out like the cheapo art, but I guess they've always done that.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, because I believe this format's I mean, not even believe. I know this format's probably going to go through whatever ZA sets come out and whatnot.
Charcadet. Swablu. Panseer. Wiglet. Simisage. Dad. Cyclozar. Ambipom. Okay, hold on, we got some new illustration. I'm saying this right.
Illustration rare. Yes. Oh, that's a cute
It's
one.
so
I like
cute.
that.
That's very good.
It's having a jolly old time.
And Qianpao. Oh boy.
Qianpao mentioned. My favorite water type.
Yep, I'm always thinking about. Like, he doesn't even Terra Water. He's like Terra Ghost and nothing else. Sometimes you see Terra Stellar.
Better Weavile.
Yeah, Weavile gets the whole knockoff, though. That's their claim to fame. But otherwise, you are
True.
correct.
That doesn't matter anymore because Incineroar exists.
It's true. Very few things matter in a post-Incineroar society. You could say it doesn't matter because Incineroar exists for a lot of things.
About most things, yeah.
Dwebble, Whismur, Doublade, Surskit, Iron Bundle, Barrowthorn, Harpy's Feather Duster. There we go.
Yeah, Harpy's Feather Duster. Next, you're gonna pull Elegant Egotist.
Trubbish Reverse Hollow, Quiglet Reverse Hollow, and the Aegislash that I was talking about before, that I got from the very first pack of this that I ever opened at the Professor Seminar. I will be cooking with Torracat despite everything telling me not to. Hey, you can put Eviolite on that guy. That's something. That's not nothing. You can't put Eviolite on Incineroar. Plus, Torracat's still quadrupedal, so it's got that going for it.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Thank God for that.
I mean, I say it's my favorite starter this gen was immediately became bipedal.
You like Meowscarada?
Yeah.
Ugh, I guess. This is when I say, like, you would, and, like, we end our friendship immediately.
No, you would just say, you can say it, because I would.
You would. Do you think Meowscarada serves? Am I using that right?
Oh, she serves. She serves for sure.
Okay, Quackleval, though, do they serve?
Yeah, Quackleval is just like a gay little freak.
So true. I mean, you'd be the expert on that, so.
As a gay little freak myself.
Gibble, Defiance Vest, Durant, Technical Machine, Reverse Plusle, Reverse Nickit, and finally another illustration. I think I'm saying that right? We get Rourke, but cool.
Oh yeah, full artwork.
Wait, is this full art or is this illustration?
So it is a full art trainer.
All right, I don't even know any. You were literally lying to me. You're making stuff up to make me look stupid. I'm sure of
I'm
it.
not, I'm not.
You are. It's okay. You can admit it. Like I won't think less of you for it. We can still be friends. It just all you have to say is, Tom, I wanted to look smart in front of your adoring audience.
Sorry, this is an ultra rare.
Okay.
I have just always called them full art trainers because I didn't think they had any other name. But now full art trainers also get special illustration rares.
My God.
I still need to collect all the
Ooh.
pennies.
Finally, another card that I haven't seen yet. Lipard, and it's got like a pretty good illustration. Famous Void Cat right here. Dishonest Swap.
At that lies.
Wimpod. Ella Kid. Yan Shao. Somewhere in here there's going to be ultra rare, I think I'm using that right, Rika.
Yeah,
I'm going to pop off really loud when it happens, if it happens. We don't have that many packs left, so I don't have high hopes. Gergeist. Reverse Hollow Knackle Stack. Reverse Hollow Harpy's Feather Duster. And regular Hollow Low Kicks.
Love this thing.
Pretty cool art.
It's doing a rider kick.
I can't believe it took them this long to make a Common Rider Pokemon.
And the shinies Kamen Rider colors. Looks like Kamen Rider 01.
Haha, yeah. I don't know which one that is. I don't even know what shiny Lokix looks like. Is it green?
It's lime green with, I believe, orange eyes? I don't remember. Shiny Lokix.
Mask, Spinda.
Yeah, it's lime green with orange eyes.
Cute illustration detected. Tandem Mouse. Look at these little freaks.
How could you not love these guys?
I don't know. I don't know how you can not love them. Trubbish. Scream Tail. Future Booster Energy Capsule. Reverse Hollow, but normal art Mela. Reverse Hollow Dondozo. And regular Hollow Xatu, but the art's really cool. I mean, Xatu is just inherently cool looking.
Yeah, he's just a cool little guy.
Focus. Focus? There we go. I think
I like the background. I was just saying, I like the background on it.
I think a regional form of Xatu would go crazy. Like, in another, like, region's native art style. I was saying that before, I think, like, a region set in the Arctic Circle would be really cool. And, like, Totem Pole Xatu would be crazy cool. Alright, we have... We have 5 packs left. We're in the home stretch. We're gonna make it.
We are going to make it. Yeah, it speeds up very quick.
Yeah, I didn't realize, I guess, how few cards are in the set, or I guess just how many dupes I would get.
Well, in 36 packs, you just get a lot of them.
Zubat. Purloin. Orbital. Technical Machine Evolution. Vanillux. Reverse Hollow Flamigo. Reverse Hollow of the really cool Tandem Mouse that we just looked at with the great illustration. Oh, and I forgot to put my energy, but that's fine. And then normal Hollow Volcanion. Wow.
Wow, I don't like this thing.
Thank you for the follow. I can't read your name because I don't speak Korean. Please let me know in the chat if you can speak English, how you'd like me to pronounce your name. Thank you very much for the follow. I'm pulling cards because I got paid in cards. I'm not a collector by any means. I'm here with my friend Penny, who's guiding me through if I get anything cool. Though so far it's been pretty intuitive if a card is cool or good or not. I haven't gotten like any normal looking cards when you've been like, ah, actually that's super good and valuable and useful in X, Y, and Z?
The only one I can think of is Countercatcher from
Oh, I did
before
get that. I
she.
got that, and I just like immediately put
Yeah.
it down. I assume some of the
Yeah.
tools have some pretty good utility.
Yeah, for sure. Like the good thing about Pokemon as a TCG is that a lot of like the staple cards are just printed at
Yeah,
common.
yeah, I think that's cool. And then so like if you want to get the fancy one, you can, but it's never.
You will never have to pay more than like 5 cents for like a playset, basically.
Gligar, Blipbug, Fuecoco, Snorunt, Toads, Cruel, Slither Wing. Ooh, I got some cool art on the next one. Reverse Hollow Doublade with like proper illustration. You think I'd
What's
be
that?
rare?
There we go.
Like fully separated. Usually they're like conjoined, but here they're just like both of them.
They're just flying
There are
around.
so many Pokemon that are just two of the previous guy, like snapped together. Now that I think about it. And then
Yeah.
Doublade goes back to being one guy unless one of them becomes the shield. Maybe.
I think yeah, I think a third sword appears and then two of them turn into the shield.
Porygon, 2, and Kingdra. I think we actually already got a Hollow Kingdra, but it might have been the reverse Hollow.
I think it was reverse, yeah.
Alright, these are the final 3 packs. Will I get Iron Hands EX? Will I get Ultra Rare Mela with the Torkoal that I wanted? Will I get Full Art Larry? Will I get Full Art Rika? Seems like no is probably the prevailing answer, but maybe I'll pop off on the final pack.
You always clutch it. You always clutch it out in the end with a
Uh-huh.
booster box.
Trubbish. Crustle. Onyx. Professor Sada's Vitality. Tatsugiri. Donathan Dozo. Toad's Cruel.
Donald Dozo.
Oh, I was just thinking, huh, I've gotten a lot of Onyxes, but I don't think Steelix is in this pack. I did get Steelix. They're my full hollow. And then my reverse hollow is Latios, with a very pretty illustration. I love the color palette here.
Oh yeah.
Wait, there we are.
There. I've been meaning to say this whole time, but I'm a big fan of how they've done the reverse hollow designs this generation.
Oh? How does it differ? I have not collected cards in
It
forever.
changes fairly frequently, and I just wasn't a big fan of the Sword and Shield reverses. But I like these ones. I like the energy type design on it. Japan gets some crazy reverse hollows.
Oh, they're different?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh. I didn't know that. Like, are there any ones noteworthy that I should look up?
I'm trying to think of offhand, but they just look nicer. But also, Japanese cards for most TCGs are generally higher quality.
Interesting. That's crazy. Veluza, Chantal, Reverse Hollow Dwebble. Alright, we're getting there. I got a Hollow for Turo Scenario. Not quite as cool as the other one I have, but you know, it'll have to do. And then Goldango EX. Wow.
But not the special
Not the
illustration.
cool one. Who cares? We move. 2 packs left. Oh no, sorry, this is the last pack. I'm not gonna clutch it out. It's over.
You might. Last pack magic.
Oh,
I say.
we're playing Pokemon. It's not Magic.
Yes.
Sorry. I realize you might have been confused this entire time. But let me clarify now, 2 hours in.
It's the one TCG I don't care for.
Wow, really? Every other
Yeah.
TCG you care about.
Not every other, but like I still like them to like some extent, but like it just comes down to I think a lot of Magic art is like ugly.
That's fair. Honedge. Horsey. Joltik. Natu. Exploud, Mela, Minior, Aegislash, Reverse Hollow, Gabite, and my last card, Holographic Tinglu. Yawn.
God.
Oh well.
Hey, you
Uh,
still pulled some good stuff.
did I? I got
Yeah.
like I was hoping for way more full illustration cards because those are the ones I care about. I really thought in 36 packs I'd get more than like 4 of them, but I really don't know what the pull rates are.
That's about average, I would say.
That's
I'm trying to. I would have to scroll back to pictures of other booster boxes that I've opened to see like overall what I usually get. But it has been quite a while since I've actually opened packs.
that's fair. Now I have to find out if my local store will buy singles off of me for like a nickel a piece or whatever they're worth. Because I'm gonna sell them.
Um,
I've got the one other box that's sealed and it's gonna stay sealed, and I'll sell them that as sealed as it is. But then I gotta figure out what to do with all these other singles.
for bulk, they usually pay like $1 for like 100 cards.
Oh, Hawkbar, hello. You actually caught me just as we're wrapping up. I just opened 36 packs of Pokemon cards, and didn't get anything particularly amazing. What were you up to? Thank you for the raid. I have a big ol' stack of hollows here. None of them particularly incredible. Oh, actually, I think the first one I got is my favorite actually so far. I got this really pretty clay full art Apalm, which is nice. Sonic Adventure DX doing a marathon of all 3 Sonic games. I gotta tune into that. Because I
Yeah,
love Sonic Adventure DX, and there are many good Sonic 3D games. Are you like doing this in lead up to Sonic X Shadow Kissing Simulator Generations that's gonna come out like later this year, or are you just doing it for fun? Is there like an occasion? Because I love the 3D Sonic games. They're all very special in my heart. Let's see, did I get anything else cool worth showing off? I don't think so.
I see pictures of my binder, but I don't see.
Oh, okay. You need another series to binge. Well, there's another very good Sonic 3D game coming out later this year, so look forward to that. Yeah, and I guess the other 3 cool cards I got, or I got Roaring Moon that I'll show off. Really good Gimmighoul. Pretty. And then Palkia was wanted by somebody. That's cool. So Penny, is this a successful day of opening cards, or was I a fool and I should have just kept this sealed and sold it as was? What do we think?
I mean, I always think it's nice to open cards.
The thing is,
Like,
this box of cards was part of my compensation for working an event, for working like 12 hours a day for 3 days in a row. So,
like, okay, hold on.
uh-huh.
You pulled about average. Like,
Okay.
I'm looking at other boxes that I've opened, and it's like 4 illustration rares, about like 3 like EXs, and like 1 full art EX.
I got Snorunt.
Sometimes you get 2 full art EXs. You got more full art trainers than I usually get.
That's true. I got like 2, I think, right? I got Tulip somewhere in here, and then I got Rourke, right?
Yes.
Yeah, here's Tulip. Beautiful.
Yeah. Maybe a little light on the EXs, but I still feel like
I
the
mean, that's
Tulip.
cool. They're ugly cards. I would prefer there to be no EXs in here.
But I think the Tulip makes up for it.
I
I
just,
think gold. I think Goldango's worth a little bit. Yeah,
alright.
Goldango's like a $3-4 card.
That's cool. That's fun. Mostly, I really just wanted full arts. Like, I don't know. I was a little disappointed by the illustrations or lack thereof in this set. A lot of them are just like the game illustrations in like backgrounds.
Yeah.
I was really hoping for more like painterly stuff or like again clay, but that's okay. I have to get a nice binder for these things because now I have those to take care of, and I have my like staff promo to take care of. So I have to put
There's
them
your. I sent you
connected.
the connected Goldango gimme
Oh,
goal.
yeah, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. It really is. Don't talk to me or my son ever again.
Yeah.
Or no, it's the they said no pickles, right? That's the meme.
He asked for no pickles.
That's awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Well, I think that's gonna do it for me. That's like a solid 2.5-ish hours of stream. Let me give a shout out to Hawkbar real quick though. Shout out. There we are. Oh, let me fix that right now. I was not following Hawkbar even though I follow them on Twitter. I've fixed that mistake. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see now. Who is it my turn to raid? Is the question. Twitch. If you've got any recommendations, speak now. Otherwise, I'm just gonna find a friend.
I was gonna say I have a friend. If you would like to learn Guilty Gear, my friend Joey is streaming right now under
Oh,
under Minatoms.
I see, I see, I
I'll
see.
put it in the chat.
I could send you to Minitomes. I opened up my channel here and I immediately see friend of the channel BigHam_VT streaming. I'm like, maybe I should send you to Big Ham. But now
Hey, you
I
can
don't
send
know.
them to
It is my
anywhere you
channel. I
want.
don't want to be like mean though. You did just
No,
suggest a friend.
hey, that's just the only other friend besides you that's streaming right now. So
Fair. Wait,
you
hold
can
on.
rate whoever you want. I am not pressed. I don't know. I don't know how many people here would be like, yeah, I'm gonna go watch a Guilty Gear tutorial stream.
Yeah, if it's specifically a tutorial, that feels like a kind of thing you need to want to have. Hmm. Difficult to say. I'm gonna send you guys to Big Ham. Looks like she's playing StarCraft, which is cool. She's a large gaming hamster on Twitch.tv. Cool friend of mine. She's got a panel coming up at Offkai, which is cool. I mean, who doesn't have a panel coming up at Offkai these days? It sounds like everybody's going except me, so that's exciting. Penny, what are your thoughts on Offkai? Actually, let's talk about VTubers for a hot minute. How are you doing lately with regards to VTuber news that's going on and about?
I'm a mentally broken human being.
That's awesome. Any particular reason, or just because it's like,
I mean, Mint's back.
it's true.
I get Dokiverse streams regularly.
Did you watch them? Did you watch Doki play the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog yesterday?
I've watched some of the VOD today because I didn't catch it live yesterday because I was for my April Fool's trickery yesterday. I convinced the whole server we were going to be watching the original Spider-Man movie,
And then you watched what, Madam Web?
and then we watched Madam Web.
Got him, classic
And
prank.
I can't believe how many people did not suspect anything.
That's crazy.
Like I was just like, yeah, on April 1st we're gonna watch the first Spider-Man movie, the first Sam Raimi one. And genuinely most people were just like, wait a second, this isn't right. That movie ruled though.
Oh
I
yeah.
had a great
You
time.
said it's like bad, but in a funny way, right?
Yeah, it unlike Morbius, which we watched together and was just a boring, unfun movie. I was smiling and giggling through like the entirety of Madam Web. It is so fucking funny to watch.
But can I watch it in its ideal form, which is like a 240p GIF?
Uh, what's the file format again? WebM.
WebM.
That's how we watched Morbius. Yeah. I mean, I have it in 4K, so.
Oh, I mean that's the opposite direction. Wait, hold on. I think Big Ham's stream crashed. Oh wait, no, they're live again. They're rebooting. I have to keep stalling for time if I want to raid Big Ham.
It's okay. I can keep talking about Madam Web.
Yeah, that's cool. Or Mint, either is fine.
But yeah, no, I'm very thrilled that Mint is back. I'm very thrilled that I get to watch Doki Bird regularly. I'm very thrilled that Pekora has a mother.
Boy, does she ever. I thought you were gonna say that she has a monkey, but
I mean, I'm distracting from the fact that she has a monkey.
it's true. It's true. Golly. Apparently, the Pekora mom debut was like the most watched VTuber debut in history.
Most watched VTuber debut in history and the most watched Holo live stream in history.
Really?
Yeah. Highest viewed Holo live stream ever.
Really, like it outclassed like the Coco graduation, which had like 500,000 CCV.
Okay, maybe not that, but like
Okay.
for like into like for like non-event stream. I guess it was an event, but like,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah. I get my weekly mint content. Well, I guess she's just streaming regularly now too.
Kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna become of that. I thought she was not gonna come back, for sure.
I also thought that.
Thought she was gonna be content just being a person on the internet, but it seems like the times have changed. What's the phrase? A tiger never changes its stripes, something like that.
Yeah. That sounds right.
You can't. You can only repress being a VTuber for so long. Then you just got to get right back on there. Once the streamer brain sets in, like you can't put the genie back in the bottle.
Don't and I know it.
Anything coming up for you? On that note, anything exciting?
Um I don't know. I guess I don't know if this is a teaser or not. Just expect to hear my voice under a different skin
Interesting.
at some point.
I'm looking forward to it.
I
Okay.
used I used to be one skin and now it'll be a new skin.
Gotcha. Well, I'm sure it'll be cool and rabbit themed. I can't wait for that. As for me, what do I got coming up? What do I got to plug? So it's April. In May, Endless Ocean 3 comes out at the very beginning of May. So I've got to decide what I want to do with my limited time here in April. Do I want to play Endless Ocean 2 or try my best to play it? Do I want to still try and do Pokemon stuff on Tuesdays? Do I want to... The third thing I had floating around was I started an Ape Escape 2 playthrough, and then Denshi asked me to play Ape Escape 3, and I'm wondering if I could do, like, April, where I play, like, the Ape Escape games for April. But
April's a really good bit.
that's what I'm saying, right? Like, I'm going through April. So I might try and do that on Saturdays, or, like, weekends when I have more time, and still do Pokemon stuff on Tuesday. Because this is also the last month of Ladder, where I can, like, use Torkoal. And then as soon as Regulation G sets in with restricteds, Torkoal is simply not going to be useful because you've got Koraidon and Groudon, and Trick Room is a lot harder to use when people can just blow you up turn 1. So I'd like to give Torkoal a proper send-off, see how high I can get on the ladder with them. So I might want to do some more laddering with that team on Tuesdays. I don't know. I've got like a bunch of different stuff going on, but I never have enough time to stream. I get like 1 day a week if I'm lucky. Also, this coming weekend is the European International Championship. I don't think I will be doing a watch along because it is on European time, which means it starts at like 2 a.m. my time or something. Probably even earlier. But maybe I'll do something for the finals on Sunday. I don't know. It's crazy. I really don't think it's conceivable for me to do a watch along in real time, though. I think it starts too early.
Europe's like 5-6 hours ahead.
I think so. I think that's about right. Because
Yeah.
I remember checking what time it would be in Europe when I started at 7 today, and it said it was 1 a.m. So that would be 6 hours ahead. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Which means they're starting at like 2 a.m. to start at like 8 in the morning for them.
Woof.
Oof, indeed. But yeah, so I might like make a Twitter poll. I'm kind of adverse to that, but I got to decide if April is correct or if I should do more Endless Ocean. Because I'm really excited about Endless Ocean 3. I can't believe after like 14 years or whatever, they're making another one.
I can't believe that was the big reveal of that direct.
It
I
was
still can't get
awesome.
over that.
It was like, this is what will move consoles. Endless Ocean 3, the biggest news we got.
Listen, I'll be there.
No, me too.
I will be there.
Penny, if you want to, it's like, I will be there no matter what, right?
Yeah, and no, I've already talked about it. Like, if you want to play multiplayer, I will be there. I will be there.
I'm so interested to know what the multiplayer is like, and it's like a lot of multiplayer too. It's like 12-person multiplayer. Last thing I have to shill, actually. Sorry, go ahead. Keep talking.
I was
I'll
just gonna say Endless Ocean Battle Royale.
Yeah. Last thing I have to shill is I do think it's gonna be a battle royale or like a looter shooter. I think that'd be fun. Where's the
I think
picture
that'd
for
be
this?
fucking sick.
So the last thing I have to shill is that the 3DS is running out of time on this mortal coil. They're gonna shut down online for the 3DS real soon, and you can help me accomplish a goal. You, the viewer, can add me as a 3DS friend. I want to fill up my friend Safari in Pokemon X really, really bad. The way that that works is for every friend code that you have, it makes a little custom room in the Safari Zone that can have up to 3 unique Pokemon in it, and I would like to have as many different combinations as possible. So, before they shut down online for the 3DS forever on April 8th, 1 week from today, I would very much like to have as many friends as possible. Please add me. I will accept anybody. We don't have to be close friends. We don't even have to be like mutuals or anything. Just add my code and communicate to me some way to give me your code because we both need to add each other's codes. It doesn't do like a friend request. Both people need to mutually add each other, and then I'll be very happy and have a full friend list as the 3DS goes offline forever. But that's what's going on for me. We have 1 week left of 3DS Online. Let's please make the most of it.
I will remember to charge my 3DS.
I mean, for you it matters less because I can just add you in person when I inevitably see you. But for folks who live like far, far away or who I don't know in person, it's a little bit more
Oh,
important.
I didn't. I feel like I should have known you can do that locally, considering how much X and Y I played.
Yeah, you
But
can. Yeah, this is mostly for folks who I don't actually know IRL, which is totally fine, or like who live far away, say Japan, Europe, etc., and that I will be unlikely to cross paths with in person. But you, I will most likely see sometime, hopefully.
yeah, hopefully. It's been a while. It has been actually over 2 years now.
Huh, that's funny. Huh, doesn't feel like it.
It does not know.
Alright, well, that's gonna do it for me. We're wrapping up at like about the... Oh, hi Ty! Oh, welcome, welcome. You're going to bed. Wait, Ty, you're in London right now, so Ty is at EUIC. They're going to EUIC this weekend. You're in London now. If it's 9 p.m., that means that it's 4 a.m. where you are right now, is that correct? 3 a.m.? Something like that? You should have been asleep a long time ago. 2:30, okay. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I pulled a bunch of cards, Ty. I don't know if you want any of them. We can talk about it later. I don't know if you actually care. I got, like... I also don't know if you've just been watching this entire time trying to go to sleep. But I got some cool full arts or illustration arts or ultra rares, depending on what you call them. Other than that, kind of a wash. I'll be selling the remaining box that I have. Let me know when you open yours, by the way. I'm on vacation. I know you are, but it's also really late. So... I forget where I was going with this. I lost my train of thought. I just had like a pawn loading moment. Anyway, let me know when you get back and you open your cards. I want to be there and watch. It'll be fun. Assuming you open them. Cool, cool, cool. Well, have a good time. Best of luck at EUIC. I'm going to go ahead and kick off the raid to Big Ham, who looks like they got their stream up and running just fine. She's playing StarCraft. She's very good at StarCraft. VT. So go be nice to Big Ham. Tell them how cool they are and how big of a hamster they are, etc., etc., etc. And that's going to be it for me. I'll be back maybe Friday, and we'll figure out if I'm doing Ape Escape or like Endless Ocean or some nonsense. And then I'll try and keep the Tuesday block for Pokemon. I've got a couple more Pokemon things left to do before we move on to the restricted format. I'll try and keep it breezy. This was fun, a nice change of pace from playing VGC all the time. And that's going to be it for me. Penny, any last closing thoughts?
I like cardboard.
Oh, so true. But how does it taste?
I can go eat some bulk right now.
All right. I'll send you the energy cards. Okay.
You don't need to. I have like 10 booster boxes just full of shit I'm never gonna look at again.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Well, Bonus Era, good evening. Thank you so much, Penny. Thanks for coming by. And I'll talk to you real soon. Good night.